I'm gonna have to come back and do like this. And then share this real quick. Hold on. They shut me down. They shut your boy down.
Moronic script in my car too.
That's right.
Roll through with them arches. All cool. That's in my shinu. I'm Bennu giving y'all truth. Iron core from meteorite should be chartreuse. Turbocharged the chariot and almost left Ferrari. The queen like almost Nefertari. Immortalize an image, put a figure in a figurine. Him at Netherred hoop her. Them leopard skin kilts, yeah, the clan wear 'em. And I turn your knee suit to a fan bearer. Have my servants build a new stadium where I'ma slaughter you, surround your tumor line with boot cranium. Remove the organs, we preserve the dead, mummify them, then carve them a reserve hand. And all your internet mans who lied with you, died with you, sacrificed their life, afterlife with you. Now I'm all in your spot, and I'm calling the shots, while your soul get devoured in the hall of my eye. Ain't a night ballin' or not, care if you ballin' or not. I'm still gonna tell you guys, go to Kemet like El Shaddai. You ain't no king, You're like Cambyses the Persian who couldn't draw the Nubian bowstring. Melt the jewels in your crown into a gold ring. Refashion them after smashing the whole thing. You're like Pepe II. Too old, king. If you think it ain't black, then let me just check them. I know the syntax. Every morphine and phoneme. The scholarship top line, dog, and the flow mean. And my debater make a fraud, quit the internet. Sometimes I wonder if I saw to fix this window yet. That's what you call repair, re-end. They heard the king of Mijal was a scary man, and he is though. I'm telling you, you better contain him, man. He's busting arrows at all these Mediterraneans, killing them. Now we ain't getting no views. Yeah, them flip-flops look like Tutankhamun shoes. And y'all just wiki, thinking I'm enthused. They turned Egyptian temples to churches and still say, I'm enthused. It's crazy. They just wiki, cause they lazy. So they can call me pseudo, it don't faze me. The page monetized, so crushing you clowns pays. You dig?
Oh yeah.
Magi archers. Dead period.
Alright, cool. Let's just do this straight from the gate. Let the people roll in accordingly. How y'all doing? Thanks for tapping back in. See, they shut you down when you're having too much fun. But it's really just a technical thing. I gotta clear my whitelist my damn. I wasted coffee all on my hoodie. Now I'm staying off the camera. Hold up. So let's talk about this conversation and just see how it don't need no more talking towards as we tear apart the other side of the discussion. But let's see. Let me go to a different slide, actually. If you do not mind. So, again, and I see Reggie say he about to do a show that's about to end this. I can't wait to see it. I'm just focusing on this Black Silt for a minute. Maybe this year. Shout out for the people finding the channel again. Coming back in. So now, if you look in any Egyptological dictionary and you look for the original name of Kemet or you look up Kemet, it'll tell you it meant the Black Land. No matter what dictionary you look in, it's going to be followed by a statement that says, this is referring to the fertile Nile silt, the black soil of Egypt. Matter of fact, almost every dictionary that I've seen went further than just defining it as the black land, but most of them go on to tell you, don't think nothing else is because of the fertile Nile silt. So the conversation that broke out over Kemet, most agreed that it meant the black land, but was it because of the silt, which Egyptologists claim, or not all Egyptologists, but most Egyptologists claim, let's say that's the primary Eurocentric view, or was it because of the people? Kemet, the black land. Was it because of the silt soil or because of the people? This is the argument that broke out. Not whether Kim meant black or not. They tried that for a minute, nipped it in the bud, and they continued with the conversation. So again, where we were at and where we just kind of like did the same thing Diop or Professor Jope and Obanga did to a lesser extent. I mean, no place near the levels they did. But what we did was simply overwhelm the opponents of this view with data supporting our argument. Now notice this. The data that we've been presenting for the past 2 or 3 years, the archers, that is, has been supporting the argument that Kemet meant black because of the people. Now listen to this closely. No one, not one person on any show in this whole community, no one has provided any evidence. I repeat, in light of all the shows you watched, why ain't nobody pointed this out? That not one of the detractors, not Chief X, not Gozy, not anybody you could think of, has provided evidence to prove that Kemet means the black land because of the soil. Have they? No. What they have done is looked at every point of our argument and tried to refute the evidence that we provided. What's up with Reggie? I see you about to do that show and we waiting for it. The day say the 24th though, you gotta look. The day on that show you scheduled say the 24th of February. I don't think that's the day you meant, but yeah, it's all good. So my point I'm trying to make is no detractor has provided any evidence to show that Kemet means the black land because of the soil. No one's done that. We provided tons of evidence to show that Kemet could indeed mean black people and the land of the black people, the black country, however you want to say it, the black city, the black congregation, city situation. We put together tons of evidence to show that this may be the case. Word up. Let me know what time, Reggie, so I can be right there and tuned in. Yeah. Right? Yeah, do the command to you. Yeah, do the command to you. So am I wrong, y'all? Before we continue, Has anyone provided any evidence to show that Kemet means the black land because of the soil? Besides secondary sources like dictionaries, I'm talking about any primary evidence. I'm not saying that's not the case. I just like to look at it statistically, right? So when we start to look at it, this is what we're about to do. Have a little bit of fun the way we be having our fun. We'll go to the term Kemet, and the black land, Egypt, right? And we're going to click on this. We could go to the new TLA, but it ain't in order. It wouldn't start at the first attestations. And we're going into a Middle Kingdom text. It says from El Ta, inscription of Sarophus in the Mantu temple. All right. And I want to see if I can find this statement. So it's all broken up down here. But this is one of the first mentions of Kemet, right? We read her son, the circumpolar stars, the two parts of pay and depth. 2 stars. Before, question mark. Love the one who rises as the lone star among them, while being full of concern for this country. Now notice this. This is the 12th dynasty. And they say this country, right? Let's look to see what it really say. Ta, that is a land. It ain't really, I don't know if country would be the best translation here, right? Ta Pin. Pin is this. You click pin. Look, this. I can make it bigger. Sometimes, it get too big for people. So pin is this. And Ta before it is what? We all know Ta is land. So in one of the first texts that mentioned Kemet in the text corpus, we read, let me go back. Because I made it so big, it's hard for me. In one of the first texts that mentions the black land in the text corpus, what do we read? Something about for this country, which is just Tapan for this land. They say with the geopolitical reference. I don't know about that, but we could talk about it. But let's be clear that they do have definitions in the TLA that denotes the land with geo and political references, as Dr. Mario Beatty pointed out. He thought that Kemet is a socio-geopolitical term that was manifested in order to show distinction between the invading forces, particularly the Western Asiatics. But here's the term Kemet, and they say from the shadow of God, and notice it just says Supnater here. Shadow of God or Supnater, right? Now we read something broken off from for Egypt or people. Kemet Remech. See? Now, that's supposed to, if you wanted this to say what they want to say, Remech Kemet. But what we have here is a gap in Kemet. And then another gap or something, and then the term Remech. Now, again, we're looking at this because some of us say that this is about the black silt. That they named Egypt the black land because of the black silt. So that means somewhere in the ancient text corpus, we should definitely find Kemet in relation, and we could widen the spectrum and say that we should be able to find Kemet not only in relation to this black silt or something about it, but it could be expanded to say we should be able to find Kemet in relationship to agriculture. Just that should be very simple. If they argue that Kemet is called Kemet because of the black silt, and some even go as far as to say Kemet means the black silt, we should be able to find evidence of that in the first usages of the term. Right? It says the shadow of God from for Egypt. So the shadow of God from for the black silt. See? Does that work? The shadow of God. This is one of the first attestations. We know it's broken off and something was said before here. We still have to try what we try. The shadow of Neter, Suk Neter, blank, 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 from the black silt people. See, that don't work right there. Even though I'm telling you, quite frankly, this text is broken up and this Egypt is not directly connected to this word people. Black silt still don't work. From for the black silt, blank, it could, of the land and people. But just if you say the shadow of God blank and another blank from the black land, something, people, everyone, greet his majesty, this ain't no reference to the damn soil. With the word people, a few phrases over. Now, they simply, in this first attestation, when they say Kemet, and I'm not saying that this is the first, I say the one we got in the TLA, they can simply be saying, okay, people of the black land, right? And not actually saying either or. But again, when we look at it, it starts to fall apart. The silt thing. Now it says, who robs the Nubian, who robs blank, blank, blank. Then it says, the Nubians and the Mijah retreat, blank. Egypt, blank, with, throughout, more questions and blanks. The nomad roams around on the mountain. This ain't, everything that I look at, black people is an option and black silt is not. Right here, they say, now, let's look at this. The shahawar is what we're going to get our, look, it says to confound or to defraud, right? But they say that's to retreat. Let's see, is this the retreat word? This is an infinitive whore attached to this, to take or to seize. To take or to seize, right? And then we got a line break. Now we got Nehes, we got Mijah, Hor Shah. Another upon or an infinitive, and to confound or defraud. And to make sense out of that, they said the Nubians and the Magi retreat. Now notice here, this Kim ain't probably even there, so they're guessing if it's a Kim there. Kim, because you see it's got these question marks. Kim T, the Black Land, Egypt. So in the second attestation, and this is broken up too, so we don't know what they saying. It say Egypt with, through, and it's broken up. Then the nomads roam around on. Now, again, this ain't about no agriculture. The second attestation. And we see reference to 2 southern tribes, whether or not they are good. I don't see the word retreat here, but I don't see friendly words. I'm not saying that to confound or to defraud is nice or to seize is nice. But that's where they got who robs from. So that's what a seizure is, robbing. And then there's a question mark and a break there. Now it says the Nubians and the Mijah retreat. So this is Nahas Mijah Hor Shah. That don't say retreat, but it say to confound or to defraud. Now when we stuck on a word like this, we got to go into that word and see how many other times they used it as to retreat. Here it is again. And it don't necessarily say nothing about retreating in this one. And Shahin, and it don't say nothing about retreating in here. See what I'm saying? And so, but nevertheless, you could get caught up. Here's disengraded or disadvantaged. We could get caught slipping doing that. Off on a tangent. What we're trying to see is how many of these primary attestations qualify for Egyptians or the ancient Kemetiu or Remech. Now we're going to talk about that too. I got a very good attestation on that, and I was hollering at J. Mill about this the other day, about the classifications of people in Kemet. See, they've been fooling y'all with this Remech stuff. Oh, yeah. And Reggie been all the way on point. I'm not doing this. I get no brownie points for telling you the truth. They've been fooling you. You want to know what the big trick was? The ancient Egyptians called themselves Remech. That's not the truth. You can look at the TLA and see if ancient Egyptians called themselves Remech or if they always said Remech in Kemet, which would prove that they ain't calling themselves Remech. But we'll talk about that because some don't get it. Remech is in a different classification of words. It's in a different category. It's not a people classifier. Remech is what? Human beings, people that are living. Remech don't contradict Kemetiu. It ain't even part of the same thing. Remech has a counterpart, 2 or 3 other counterparts that blow their ass all out the water. You're never going to be listening to that Medunetter magic that had us all spoofed for a minute, thinking that Remech, that you could go be in, right? See, I always use a time machine to make these illustrations. So say you hop in the time machine, you go back to 2100 BC, and you not all the way in Kemet, and you like somewhere in between Naphtali and Egypt. And you trying to find where the Remech is at. See? That's where they mess up. If you was trying to find where the Remech were, all you have to find is a location with any human beings. No human being type in particular. Egyptians ain't Remech. Living people are Remech. And what's the opposite of that? the class and category of people that is opposite of Remech is Mutu, Metu. And it's funny, I talked about this when we were discussing my presentation for Semen in the Spine that I had to do at Kemet on Trial. When we showed them that there's a word for seed, that is Mutu, and there's also a word for death or dead. You want to know why? Because the category for deceased individuals, opposite of Remech, is Mutu. See, oh, they're going to get mad because they know this stuff, but nobody lined it up for them in order so they can say, oh, yeah, we've been getting food. So living people, Remech, dead people, Mutu. Now it goes further. Because somebody could tell us right in the chat the next category of individuals. I'm going to go to a scholar and let him tell us. Hold on. What's the next category of individuals that let us know we messed up the Remech? So think about it. It goes along them lines. It stays like this. This is how they did. Because living beings are the Remech. You could be anything as long as you're alive. Deceased beings are Mutu. Now, I'm going to give us a hint. Yes, you just said it. Set Imhotep just said it. And you just said it too. Thank you. The third is the transcendent spirits, the Aku, which is the state of being, which contradicts Remech. You don't contradict Remech. You can't be Remech and Aku. You can't be Remech and Mutu. See, Kemetiu is is a classification of living beings, a certain type. You can't just be like, no, they call themselves humans. An effective being, thank you. Now it's one more, the last one that kill them all. And I'm going to bring out the scholar. I know I clipped this video. So I was like, oh, hell no. So I had to clip this. But you know what? I think I didn't clip that part. I just clipped this part. So I'm going to go back and find it. Hold up.
Until latest time at the place
So
of
I
his
clipped this
old
part.
sanctuary in Edfu.
Because he said that Edfu was where the unification happened. So when we go back to everything we're talking about, they keep on falling apart. First, we're going to let Jan Osman show us these categories of individuals, and we could also go to another scholar. I'll show it later. But he's going to talk about that a little earlier in this presentation, and I forgot to clip it. But what he's talking about now is where the unification happened. It shows y'all we 100% right. You know why? We said the first known Taseti Kom Ombo was the southern contingency of the unification. And that Nakata, the fifth known, was the north. Not all the way up into the delta and stuff. Just, it was the beginning. So north and south wasn't 1,000 miles away. It may have been 100 miles away in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? And so what he says qualifies this when he says where the unification happened. And he qualifies every place, everything we say, right? Because we found out through our studies that this battle of a horse and Set mythology actually comes out of what? It actually comes out of a tale of the unification in Egypt. How do we source that? Well, we see the first known was called Taseti already, right? But when they got it, they gave it what they gave it. It started to be one of the chief locations for Set. Some don't know this, but we can show evidence, and we can even go look at the Temple of Set and Combe Ombo. Even though that was built in Ptolemaic times, it was built for a reason, right? And so the second nome was the throne of Horus. This is the name of it. I mean, I know the name is probably, it was like when that, it was a different word, but we could look it right up, and it's the throne of Horus. But it obviously has a different name. But we can see Set and Horus first in the nomification. Now, sorry for making up that word. In the creation of the gnomes. Now, the third gnome is called the throne. I have to show you this so that people can see it for their own eyes. And this is how we can reteach this Horus and Set battle in a way that people could finally understand it. Because people can't understand it. But it's our own studies that bring us to a heightened understanding of what's going on here. Now let me show you this. A lot of people won't understand this, how this works. The gnomes of Upper Egypt. Again, the southernmost portion, right? So again, we always say that the first gnome was Taseti. See? And Taseti, but I need y'all to look at this. They're going to tell you more than one thing here. Right? Look. Taseti. So they're telling us a few things. We got to absorb all the information. If we know that a standard, first of all, this standard is on canal lines of a sapat. See, when we read this correctly, we can see everything that's going on. These sapat lines are just multiple merglyphs connected together, and merglyphs simply represent canals. So now and it represents a city situation. A sapat is how you say a gnome in Medu Neter. So this word gnome is kind of like right here in this thing, sapat. You see, it looked like a ladder laying down at the bottom of each of these glyphs. Above the sapat, we see a standard. Standards, let's just be layman's terms. Closest thing we'll get is a totem pole. But it's only going to be one thing on the top of the standard, and you ain't going to put all of the different zoo types. You'll just put the one thing y'all venerating. So apparently enough, the land of the bow here, the first gnome is in the venerated position. Okay, you see that? Like it is worthy of praise. This area. There's no way we could get around this. This is just how it works. Well, if you want to try to minimalize it, you'll see that every single deity on top of the standard is somewhat the tutelary god of the people of that region. But this just got a bow and a land. So it's like when you be on your own. Yeah, I'm from this area. They was on it like that. But look what I tried to illustrate. The second gnome, although when we go to the gnome map, we'll know this as Edfu. See? Behudet, right? But what this was, because they got areas inside of the gnome. So you see New Bet, that ain't over here. They telling you the greater region was Taseti, and inside of here we got, let me see if I can get back to this. Combe Ombo, or vice versa. Now look, Throne of Horus, which was number 2 that we just looked at. Over here, Edfu. Right? Now, when we go look, so we got Horus and Set right there. But you don't think we got Set from this Taseti land of the bow? Well, we'll just have to show you in other instances how Set was originally venerated in Taseti and the connections between the two. Now, let's go to the Throne of Horus II. So that's Horus and Set. So what we got third? Nekin, which now they just call it the shrine. Ain't that kind of weird? Because you got you have the land of the bow with a Neteru Set underlying that. We have the Throne of Horus second, not first, and underlying this is obviously Horus. So Horus and Set. Third, we got the shrine. And fourth, we got the scepter. So shrine for veneration, scepter for accumulating power. And this is going down the Nile as these gnomes were put into place. But let's go back to what he's about to say, and let's think about the second gnome. And listen to what he said.
The big territorial state in the way Egypt did, but took the form of a network of competitive and cooperative city-states. Accordingly, in Egypt, the position of the ruler was immensely more elevated above the sphere of his subjects than in Mesopotamia. And since the early states were first of all sacred institutions whose most important task was to establish a contact with the divine world, the Egyptians went so far as to see in their king a god on earth, and even the incarnation of the highest god, the sun god. He wore the title Horus, and Horus at that time, and until latest time at the place of his oldest sanctuary in Edfu, the prehistoric capital from where the process of unification started.
What did he just say? He said everything that I needed him to say. He just told us that Horus emerged from his prehistoric, pre-dynastic capital in Edfu. When we go back to the map, throne of Horus, number 2. Come over here, Edfu, number 2. Now watch what he say. I hope I didn't go back too far. It's hard to go back, so let me see.
Egyptians went so far as to see in their kings and Horus at that time, and until latest time at the place of his oldest sanctuary in Edfu, the prehistoric capital from where the process of unification started, was worshipped.
The prehistoric capital from where the process of unification started. Edfu, the prehistoric capital from where the process of unification started. Man, everything we've been saying is true, because remember, now this is Horus. Now we're going to the Shemsu Heru, which are the followers of Horus who went out and put hands on other peoples to start this unification. Somebody said use the arrow, thank you.
As a sun god. Horus is a falcon, thus associated with the sky on the one hand, and with a predatory, aggressive character of swift violence on the other hand. The name means the far one, derived from a verb heri, to be far, written with the sign for heaven or sky. The earliest representation of Horus, dating from the time of unification, shows him as a falcon in a boat sailing over the sky, represented by a pair of wings, above another falcon sitting on the palace facade, the zerech, that encloses the name of the king, serpent. While the lower falcon
I'm just watching this, but I came for another quote.
Which is
about rematching people.
And symbolized as God accessible for human beings. As Orpheus
he gonna beat their brakes off the
all
rematch.
the religions of the ancient world around the Mediterranean and in the Near East lived in a tripartite world, but to pass from the realm of the living to the realm of the dead. There was no way back to life once the passage from life to death has been performed, nor was there the possibility of a second passage from the realm of the dead.
So what I'm talking about right now, good to see you, is that rematch. We need to throw rematch out. We've been Medunetter magic and rematch, acting like that's a classification, like Egyptians called themselves rematch. That's not true. Egyptians called human beings rematch. And when they wanted to identify themselves by saying rematch, they would say rematch ni kemet. the human beings belonging to Egypt. The people. Now, the reason why I'm saying human beings is because we've been able to take that people and act like it indicates a particular people group, just the Egyptians. And so Jan Osman is helping us to understand the category of Remech is a lot different than, well, Hori, I could get the far one from Hori, the sheriff. Excuse me for switching up. I'm just reading the comments in the chat. It could be high, but high in the sense of a falcon far, that would be the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know you know that, but a lot of people do not know that it's just people, and they think that Remech is how you say Egyptians, and he's breaking it down.
The bird of the gods. Exceptions, such as Orpheus' attempt to restore Eurydice to life in the upper world, or to receive heroes such as Hercules after death in the divine world, only confirm the rule by their very exceptionality. The exception that ancient Egypt did make in the context of these religions consisted in the introduction of a space within the divine world that, under certain conditions, was also accessible for human beings. Besides the world of the living and the world of the dead, they recognized an Elysian sphere, for which there are many names and descriptions in Egyptian texts, such as field of rushes, field of offerings, bark of millions, house of Osiris, and so on. And this ternary distinction between A, the world of the living, B, the world of the dead, and C, the Elysian world.
So let's listen. Each class of individual is going to have access to these different worlds from the ancient Egyptian perspective. And the world that the Remech have access to is the physical world that we are in now. So it's kind of showing people that ain't just one people group. Remech is just Remech. So he's going to break that down.
It's reflected by the distinction of three classes of beings. Remechu, humans, Mutu, the dead, and Ahu, transfigured spirits.
So hold on. So we got the living, Remech, as he just said, the dead, Mutu, and Aku, as y'all said in the chat, the living spirits. And I thought it was another scholar who put one more. It might be Rita might have put one more when we watch her breakdown. But we got these three. Oh yeah, he said, and there he does have a fourth class. Let me play it, listen.
Gods constitute a fourth.
So he said Ma'at Haru. Now let's ask us, do we agree with that? Remech, living individuals with no classification, black, white, green, red. Now, the sheriff saying he dead wrong. I disagree, the sheriff, that he's dead wrong. Just from my own analysis, not just going off what he's saying, but if you can name how he's dead wrong without just saying that, that would be a learning moment for you to teach us. But Ma'akaru are different than Aku, or are Aku all Ma'akaru. These are different states of being, but let's listen to it.
Remechu, humans, Mutu, the dead, and Ahu, transfigured spirits. Natural gods constitute a fourth class, sharing the divine world with the Ahu. And this distinction between the realm of the dead and the Elysian sphere, or Mutu, the dead, and Ahu, transfigured spirits, marks, in my opinion, the exceptional structure of ancient Egyptian religion and its concept of immortality.
So I just wanted us to see that just so we could understand the classification of some of the terms we use. Because when we look it up and we see Remech in the text, then we should be able to know that's just like people. And a lot of us have said this before, but when the question is asked, how would ancient Egyptians have say themselves, or what the ancient Egyptians call themselves, people say Remech. And that right there, now we can see how that's being ill-illustrated. Yes, they do call themselves Remetch the same way we call ourselves human beings, but that ain't what the question was really begging, so to speak. It was asking something else. And so let's get back to that. Third one, as we investigate, where did this black silk come from? Right? All right. This is a good one. So we did this one already, and this ain't the same one I clicked. So we did those two already. And I was doing a list of Black Land Egypt. Let me see. Right? And we did these top two. So I don't think this was, the Nubians and the Mijab retreat, the black land or the black soil with through the nomad. I don't think they talking about the black soil there. And I would say it is a good case that they're talking about a contingency of people if this indeed says Kemet here. After they talk about these other contingencies, Nahesi, Majai, Hor Shah, Kemet, Ma. And this is all broken up, so no need to try to do that. So maybe this is the attestation that they looked at and said, you know what, this means the black silk. Because here's another Kemet. This is the third one in the TLA. It says, then, after he had united this land, now this land over here is Tapin. You see Tapin? So then after he united, then this is like, I guess this is after. See, after. So they say then he united this land he's going to give. It says Ra gave him the entire rulership of Horus, Hakaheru. Now the funny part is this say Hakaheru Kemet, but they don't even do this over here. This is why we need to look at this. Look. It says Hakaheru Kemet or Kemet. But this just say Ra gave him the entire rulership of Horus as one. Where is the Kemets to the left? So here we just see clearly that there's a, now I gotta look at this text now. Because as they talking about the rulership of Heru, there's no rulership of Heru Kemet, bruh. This ain't, oh man. Well, how y'all reading this? I know Asar, how you reading this? Come on, I'm about to open up the chat. So now Chris knows for a fact that this word here means complete. Heru Hor Kemet. Hor is the complete. So you're saying that this is an adjective that is in relation to Horus? Complete, not an adjective? I'm just asking, begging these questions. But they don't say that either. They don't say the rulers, entire. So entire, Chris, means complete for right here. So they would be saying entire rulership. So they messed that up by even having this in the category because they don't agree. They say it means the black land. See what I'm saying? So they need to take this one and put this in the category of complete. Because the black land ain't even in their translation. They kind of like, that's them doing that. And I will be with you. I'm with you that this could mean complete. So this is how let's show people when we have these type of questions, let's show how we would do it. You simply going to go to the text, right? And see where they got this at. Where's the easiest place for us to look at the primary? These are people who worked on it, but they normally have it in their works. And none of these appear easy to pull on the internet. They might be, so I'll try the better way I like. trying to go to where it's housed. It is a limestone, but they're not saying where it's at, though. Let me see where it's at. Oh, it's in Cairo. All right. So if Cairo let us see this real quick, sometimes I'll be having a hard time finding Cairo. Let me see something, though. Let me see. Well, we can look at this whenever, but I think trying to track this down might, it might be right here. Well, here goes something that's funny. When I put Cairo CG24 in here, it's taking me to the P&M. Persons and names of the Middle Kingdom. That's funny. So they sourced this same Stela for one of these names. But I want to see it in Cairo Museum. Here it is. And this is a picture of it. And if it's only going to give us this quality, then it won't be that workable. But let's just say I would agree that this may possibly mean complete, because he gave him the complete rulership. Hakaheru, I don't know if that's said correctly still. I don't know if I'm all the way buying that though, Chris. You want to know why? Because how is that proper grammar? Hakaheru Kemet. Why is complete after Heru and not Haka? I just got them simple questions. But since it's classified that way, I don't like to argue against stuff just with my intuition. So then after he united this land, Ra gave the entire rulership to Horus. So this ain't the black land at all. Even though I think it could be considered that, I think they got this in the wrong category. Entire. Maybe it is complete here. See, look, to complete. So they telling you they messed this up. What happened is they got this Kemet complete, which is a different category, and they got this attestation under the black land. All right. So this one is referring to the land. Or the sword. So it says there were 120 sailors on him. This is a ship. Some of the best in Egypt. Word up. I'm with that, Chris. Now it says some of the best in Egypt. Well, we know this is the 12th dynasty, so this didn't say some of the best in Egypt. Right? That's a fact. So what did it say? It said, Setep ni Kemet, the chosen belonging to the black land. Look, Setep is the chosen, right? The pick or the choice is Setepu. Ni belonging to Kemet. So let's ask ourselves this. When they said that Kemet means the black land because is the argument is either because of the soil or the people, which category, even, you know how sometimes you do statistics, it takes a different type of a brain to categorize things that aren't obviously showing how to be classified. You feel me? They're not going to ask you the simplest questions on the scholastic level. They'll say there were 120 sailors with him, some of the best in Egypt. Then they'll show you that this Egypt is an anachronism, and the actual word was Kemet. And then we'll ask, could this be placed in the category of an attestation to show that Kemet meant the fertile black soil, or could this be placed in the category to say that Kemet mean the black land or the black people? You can squeeze it into whichever one you want. But I think when you ask yourself that question rhetorically, it don't fit into either, just like a jigsaw puzzle. But this ain't got nothing to do with no damn soil. And these are the emergence of the term. We only at attestation 4. They're all in the same time period. And so again, I'm saying where does this come from? And that the opponents of the view that it means black people haven't shown you anything to manifest that it means the black soil. They just say, well, you know, Egypt got the darkest of soils. Yeah, yep, the best is fine. I said the chosen or the choice. You feel me? What did they say? They say the best. You like the best? They do say the best, though. I said the chosen. They say the best, but I don't think that's the best, but whatever. The pick are the choicest. Those are the ones you selected, but they don't necessarily, they say in the pick of the litter, are belonging to Setep Ni Kemet. Well, I'm not mad at that, but what my point is, if we see something about the soil in any of these attestations, of the first usage of this term, let me know. Because they're proposing that that when this emerged at this time period, it had something to do with the fertile soil. Yeah, I'm with that chosen. That's how I read Setep, not as the best. I will cause ships to be sent to you loaded with all the treasures of the black soil. That don't make no sense, huh? Unless, of course, those ships gonna be loaded with hella plants. But this says, I will cause ships to be sent to you loaded with all the treasures of the black land, just as they do for a God who loves people in a distant land the people do not know. Now, this is where it starts to get ugly. When we find Kemet in juxtaposition to Asiatics, it can be definitely argued that they talking about black people, and it has nothing to do with the soil. Let's see. Now, it says, when the Asiatics saw me, the sheik of them who had been in Egypt recognized me. Now let's stop. Egypt doesn't work here. No Greeks that came along and messed that up yet. So the sheik of the Asiatics who seen them had been in the black land, right? But if the black land here is translated as the black land of fertile soil, there's really no Asiatics and the black land ain't really held in juxtaposition to each other, which I argue they are. When the Asiatics saw me, the sheik of them who had been in Egypt recognized me. Why am I arguing that? Because I know this whole story. The story is about leaving the black land and coming back looking, appearing like an Asiatic. Leaving the black, so did you leave the black land of the fertile soil? What was you looking like at first? This is what I'm saying. This is the black land, and some could argue that it's not. I'm totally fine with that. When we read this story, let's click into it. Because this story shows us a lot. Cineway, we do this often, right? Look. He going through all this stuff. He settled on the idol of Kim when attack and thirst overthrew him. So he basically on his way to the Asiatic land, right? Because he wanted to get up out of Kemet. I think it looked like he did something faulty. We was reading the story like, why did he want to leave anyway? But look, so this when he encountered the Asiatics for the first time. When the Asiatics saw me, the Asiatic is said to you here. That is a people group. Said to you, Asians. So here he's saying, yeah, definitely. But let's read the text and see if that's what they're saying. You know he didn't, Chris. You know his face didn't change. You know what I'm saying? So these are some of the things I want to illustrate to people. We know his face didn't change. It ain't like in my argument, he wasn't bliggity black and then went to the Asiatics and became yellow. So I hope we know that. So some of these things are going to be cultural, right? But I don't think that the black land comes without a culture. I think the Asiatic land will come with one too. And so I don't know where the culture, we'll talk about that too, because that's a very good point to note on. Like, where is it? If some people argue that it's the black land because of the people, where does it go beyond a physical appearance? In what magnitude does it go beyond physical appearance? That's a very good question, because we know it goes beyond physical appearance being dark and being divine is still physical appearance. But when the sheik of the Asiatics saw them, when the Asiatics saw them, the sheik of them who had been in the black land, he recognized him. Then they gave him water and warm milk. I went with him in his tribe. What's the word? Now, here we are. Here's another word for tribe, which we got here, a kin or a tribe. People say there's no ancient Egyptian word for tribe. Now notice how this word for tribe is very much close to the Windu word, where it's not that close, it's wayet. But Windu also has a Windut. But a Windu is a unit of any particular type that can also apply to a family. But this wayet is another word for a family or a tribe with 26 attestations. So he went with him and his tribe, and what they did was good. After foreign land had passed me on to foreign land, I also left Byblos and ended up in Katna. It says, after I spent a year and a half there, Nansi, the ruler of Upper Retnu. Now, does it say Upper Retnu? Because Retnu is the Canaanite area, right? So if it really just says Upper Retnu, yep, Upper Retnu. So that's the hill country of Syria, Palestine. It's very interesting that they point out the difference between the Upper Retnu and Lower Retnu being the Palestine area. So he's going to kick it with dude, right? But what is the story illustrating? Well, at this time period, it's going to show us a few things. When he come back to say he want to stay in Kemet, the Sinue or whoever the Pharaoh is not going to refer to the entire land as Egypt. But it's still, I don't know if it's giving us attestations for either side of the argument of whether it means the black land or the black people. It's just very interesting to note that in this time period, it's about to be referenced where Kemet is not the whole land. Also to strike down the Bedouins, blah, blah, blah. I'm just reading all this. Maybe it was a quicker way to get here because it's a longer story. But when we get to the part, what they're going to say is, look, I had advised the Asians who were preparing to attack to repel the foreigners. So he was like a boss in the Canaanite area, basically. Retnu. But at the end of the story, he about to get old and he gonna want to die in Kemet. So let's look at how this area is referenced again at this time period. And it's just gonna be, it's gonna say something. It's gonna say, we know that the Nile floodplain stretched out to the delta. Meaning that black land, if it was because of the soil, they would not have to indicate particular places like Sinaway did and also like the Eloquent Peasant did. They indicate particular places. All right, but I've been talking for heck long and I ain't streamed in a while, so I'm gonna get ready to open up the chat. Now, right here, may the king of Egypt have mercy on me. Let's read what it says. Hetep Nisu, this is just a Hotep D Nisu in Kemet. Ankh-E Imhotep. I don't think this is may the king of Egypt have mercy on me. They messed that up. This is just a Hotep D Nisu in Kemet, in the Black Land. Now, you can say, well, why are you saying that's not Egypt? We got to keep reading. Because when he's going to say where he wants to be buried, he's going to say he wants to be buried in Kemet. All right. Copy the letter that was brought to the servant there regarding his bringing to Kemet. Again, I'm arguing that in the story, this is not all of Egypt. They brought that to a particular area called Kemet, but let's see. I mean, we'll see. Now, son of Ross and Roastress, so that's who the letter was given to. Now, what have you done so that action have been taken against you? He getting that sin away, like, what happened? But he about to tell him, you want to be buried here? Make your way, make the coming for you to Egypt, so that you can again see the residence in which you grew up. This is a bad translation. So let's go here. To do, to make, to create, to act. Make to you, now this is to go, to come, or to return. So make you to return to Kemet, to the Black Land, right? Now let's get to this part. Make, see you, to see. You see, or whatever, the interior. Oh, but no, I'm sorry, the wrong word. In of the existing, I messed that up. They just put an M right there, but they don't got it. They got X inu here. So let's slow down. And this is crazy. When I click this X in W, you get a M here. But this word residence, I'm telling y'all, is X in W. Watch this. This ain't the residence. Oh, okay. They saying that's the home. Oh, X in W. See how they do that? Oh, man, something's the matter. Look, watch this. Just look closely. You have to be vigilant. This says X in W. It says home. I'm going to click back. Look. When I come here, let me find it. Excuse me. You got to be able to see this, because people won't be able to peep the game. This is why we got to see this. All right, so look at this clearly. Just look. I found the sentence. Everybody about to see this. Now, when I click, look, you see my mouse? When I click X in W, it's going to go to an M. Look, M. That's not right. Because I knew X and W is the interior. But look, when I click XPR, you see XPRN, it's going to go to XNW. Watch this. Y'all see that? Everybody's seen it. So now what's happening here? Well, a few things are happening. XNW can be translated as a home or a residence. Well, let's see how many times they got it like that. 169. what it's really saying is the interior. And we'll see it. It's saying, so what we have here is make your way. It kind of say make your way to the black land that you can see the interior. But they saying the residence. So how am I saying that this means the interior? Since it's going back to M, you won't know that it means the interior. So you got to go to the lemma and put your own XNW in here. XNW. And I'll put the capital one. XNW. And then watch what happens. So it's something breaking in the TLA right here. And if you didn't know the glyphs, you would mess this up. See, look. Now look. If you didn't know this other entry for XNW, which means the interior, we would possibly think that it was only limited to XNW, a home or the abode. So now in order to manifest it more, you go into XNWs for the interior, and then you're going to see them using this kind of like to say the interior, like it's like a name for Egypt, so to speak. And this was one that we see, this goes to the old kingdom. So this is before Kemet. Now let's see if it works here. It ain't really working in that first one. Or the magazines which are inside the temple in the interior. But that's inside the temple, so we ain't going there. Right here, they don't really even got it. Wander in your Kabis fortress, the interior of your fortress. Forest, excuse me. Let's see if we can find one using. There go the interior. Here's like all right, no, the descendants of the palace interior. So we're not seeing any general description using this interior, just like the area of the land in the old kingdom, but we will see those. Now we're in the middle kingdom. Let me open up the chat too, because I'm talking too much. I don't feel like rumping them. And I could just go play the game. I've been working hella hard. You feel me? I'm like, I need to just go play the game. But here we go. Zoom. So I look for these claims to refute our argument. Like, yo, where did this black soil come from? We know how important it was. We know how important agriculture was.
Recording in progress.
When we look for the facility that ancient Egyptians attributed to these regenerative powers, we find out that it was not soil. They didn't know nothing about that. They didn't know nothing about mitozoa and all these things. They didn't. Whatever. Hold on. Remove. Hopefully,
Recording stopped.
Hold down the show. Let me see. Because I'm kind of tired. And support the show. Let me give y'all a way to support. Everybody got their signed autograph book? You know how we do. I ain't heard nothing. Because we try to keep that same level of professionalism that we learned in hip-hop. All those attestation use M. Thanks for pointing that out. Styly. Strife. Excuse me. Hit the link, somebody. Hit the link. Hit the Cash App, too. Feel free to get your support up. It's nothing but a button. Buy that book if you want to, or just read it for free. Somebody already Cash App me. Damn, appreciate y'all. I don't know, man. I would rather get, some interaction popping off between the people. So if y'all can, hit that link. And I'm looking, shout out for the Cash Apps. Oh. Let me see. That helped me want to stream. You feel me? But yeah, let's get back to it. Find it. Hit that link though. Let me pin it. Okay, pin the link. No, I'll pin it later. So you think we'll ever go through any of these Kemet attestations and find one where they say, place the seeds in the Kemet? That's what I'm looking for. One attestations that say, oh, Ptah, oh, Ra, we placed the seeds in the Kemet and everything grew. What's up, brother?
Man, Famo. The book is excellent. I hope the sales are excellent.
Word up.
The music is hot. You're jamming on them. Now with the rematch thing, there's two things, right? Because in the mythos, it calls them the rematch, the teardrops of Ra. I want to say there's another text where it refers to rematch as all mankind. But when you go into the Amduat, it starts to specify. Because I haven't really got deep into the text, it speaks of, now I could be saying this is mankind, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so, and so-and-so, but what we see is that they make distinguishing marks for the Libyans, for the Asiatics, for the Nahesi, and then they call themselves the Remetch. So we probably need to examine that, and then we probably need to look at that myth to see, you know, what's what.
But do any of us disagree about what Asma said about the classification of Rematch being general just for people, as in contradiction to living humans, in contradiction to the dead ones, and then the other one we have the Aku. Like you can't be Rematch and Aku. You can't be Rematch and Mutu. But you can be Rematch and be Kemetiyu. You can be Rematch and be Setiyu, or even Rematch and be Nahesiyu.
The reason I say we gotta probably examine it is because they're in the Amduat. The Remetch make it to the Amduat, so they're like the dead people in the Amduat of this particular group.
Oh, but he break that down a little bit later in this video. He's talking about they created this realm, a different realm, and he's about to start going. That's exactly what he's talking about, so that the netherworld would be accessible to actual humans. And maybe we should let that part play, because that's furthermore of his breakdown to say that that's why they created this other realm. And this is why we see the back of the tomb. Yeah. And this is why we see the back of the tomb also being a physical representation of the Duat, as we know that we have the non-physical representation of the Duat as well. And so I will try to play that. Let's see. What's up with Chris? I see you in the building. And Reggie.
Yo, what up, people?
What's up, fellas?
Peace. Reggie, when we do the Commit to You show, Reggie.
Yes, do the Commit to You show.
Is you there? I thought he was here. He might still be connected.
He ain't quite in there yet.
I'm gonna try to
let me show you real quick right before you play it.
Mm-hmm. Let me make it so you can share your screen.
Just so you can.
So anybody, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, before you start, before I start, I think this is why we need to, as a whole, all of us, and not just a few of us doing this, we need to get beyond just reading, and of course we've done it here, but I'm talking about a lot of other people, reading literature beyond the first page. What I mean by that is a lot of what you're saying, what Jan Osman is talking about, can be found in that inscription right above those four people. If you read that inscription, what he's saying is exactly what the inscription is saying about the classification of Remetch, and how different realms of the Amduat are only accessible by the perfected souls, perfected spirits, which is Aku, and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's all in there. It's all
in there. You mean in the actual text of the Book of the Gates? You mean?
Yep. Yeah, he's talking about this right here.
So I think the point you was making is every time we reference the Book of the Gates, everybody want us to explain the pictures and no one ever asks what that say. Like no one be like, let's do a show reading that. They just want to see the words in between the images, and we, I myself am guilty to catering to that a little too much. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because when you read the text, everything. That's why even when good brother American Dream was trying to press on this, you was like, "Would you like us to just read it?" And he wouldn't even want us to go to that part. He just kept on wanting to
My
go
brother.
to the secondary source that said it's about
My
racist.
man.
Mhm.
Well, and that's the whole thing. This is the text. This is why I say we can, because we can examine it pretty much on the spot. This is like a facsimile, right? But we also have the other book which gives what's going on. They say the beings who are on the left of Afu Ra in this division are not less interesting than those on the right. Among these are four representatives of the four great classes into which the Egyptians divided mankind, namely the Remech, the Nehesu, the Chemu, and the Amu. Of these, the Remech, the men par excellence, were Egyptians who came into being from the tears which
All
fell
right, so
from
let's
Ra.
slow down now, real quick. See, now we got some shit to do. Well, this is my light bulb going in my head. The thing that make them say that the Remech are the Egyptians here is because we see human beings are men in contradiction to, I mean, you know, as a different than Nehesi, Timahu, and Aamu, right? And so
Yeah,
the argument that Remech is simply human beings as opposed to Mutu, well, we also see Remech here as opposed to Nehesiu. So we can't say though that you're all the way unfounded, but I don't think we understand this text all the way completely. But I just wanted to point that out that okay, there is some grounds behind them saying Remech means Egyptians, even we know that's an anachronism. They're saying it would mean those people, but maybe we should reanalyze this whole text completely or not.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. We need to look into the text, dig it up, and then of course they want to try to make the distinction that the Remech are different than the Negro. Everybody's different than the Negroes. So as they go, they say the Chimahu and the Amu, these Remech, the men par excellence, the Ayara, right? The Chimahu or Libyans were also descended from the Ayara. The Amu were the people of the deserts to the north and east of the Egypts of Egypt. Sinai and the
All
Nehesu were
right.
the black tribes of Nubia and the Sudan.
Let me ask
It
you a
is no.
question.
Now,
Go ahead.
Smash, can I interrupt for a second?
Mm-hmm.
That sentence he just read, where it says, or Libyans were also descendant from the Eye of Ra, I automatically know people, and maybe some of us are thinking about the actual Eye of Ra, but if you read the text, what they mean by descent from the Eye of Ra, the tears from the eyes of Ra also created these people.
So they are the Remech too, then.
Yes, that'll remember you.
So this is the question for research then.
Right.
Yep.
What does this text mean, honestly? Because
Well,
if you
that's what I'm
saying
saying.
that,
We're gonna get to that.
well, real
But
quick, if you saying that these people are all, everybody here is Remech, but
Those
they got,
four.
but they got the Remech as one individual. So the question I want to ask is, how is it? How can we prove that the Remech on that text are the Egyptians?
that's what we're gonna get to, right? Because when they separate them, they
Yeah.
put themselves as the Remech, supposedly. But we need to read it. So I just want to give you all this preface, and then we'll click right over here to this.
Yep.
And then we can even bring up the original one if y'all want, and let's see if we can see what's going on. Because you see the names right
So when they
between.
separate themselves, you said when they separate themselves, they say what?
Yeah. So when they separate themselves, like right here above, these I
Yeah,
think
that
it's
don't say
five.
nothing about Egyptians. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it says the Remech, and they put Egyptians. So we need to see who they're talking about in particular. Here goes the name right here. Remech. Over here, this is Haru. You see his name here. And these are the people that represent these people. I don't know if it's these four
Now we
here
can
or
read the
something.
text, but I clearly know that they say that these are the Egyptians because we know who the Aamu are, we
Right.
know who the
Right.
Timahu are, and we know who the Nehesi are. But we have to bow down to what they're saying because the Nehesi ain't all completely a different group than the Egyptians. And
Right.
so
But hold up, because this is where the myth comes in, and we probably should pull up the myth. The myth with the Nehesi is that when Chimu has intercourse and puts seed in his mouth and spits them out, they come from that. So that's part of the text of the myth, where the Egyptians are the teardrops of Ra, supposedly. But here we have supposedly everybody
but
as a
the
teardrop
text you
of
just
Ra.
said was everybody was the teardrops of Ra.
Yeah, in this one, that's what it's saying. And this is why I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Like right here, you can see Nehesi, you can see Nehesu, and you got the people, right? We can clearly make certain things out. We just need to go over the text and see what they actually say concerning it to make sure there's no. Here go the Libyans right here. You can see their name right here.
I mean, let's just go over
This
the text
separates
then. Like scroll to the top.
Nehesu. Yeah, that's why I was saying once we break down the text, we're gonna be good to go. Let me blow it up some more.
So I got at in, but not atin. Y'all got atin or on ant
Net.
anet.
Yep.
So I said atin, yeah, anet. And what
Yeah.
is that? Anet in mer, but what is anet? I don't know that word.
Judgment of construction, the N after it, it looks like it starts with a like an introductory particle. So I want to see the original.
Yeah, we probably should see the,
We
but
can.
also we
Yeah.
should I should open up
This
a
is
dictionary.
it's
Anybody
right
got a
here.
dictionary open too? I just see
I don't.
Annette
This is
in Moret.
Moret.
Annette
In,
in Moret in what you see.
I don't know what that is. It looked at,
Hmm. Yeah, we would probably
and
have
that's
to
because
see.
we're looking
That
at a
looked like
dead
a
text.
I mean, over that one A, but I might be wrong.
And then look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4
Covered.
new set
So that would
copper.
be Inmu, I think.
Yeah. Marin, Chin. That would probably be for the
That's Chenu.
Chinabu.
Their
Yeah.
names. That's Ren Chenu or Ren Chin. Their
Yeah.
names.
Yeah. In Ramech,
So
these
hold
people
on.
right.
So let's stop right there. They just got through saying, are they not talking about the ones that's right under them?
They are, because it says Amu right there.
Right here.
Amu se Heper.
Hold on, I haven't got to that. I just read the rematch real quick.
Right.
Right now, go
Remember,
after
so for the
rematch.
people, this is where we're at. This R, this TCH tethered rope, and these people.
Yeah, and so
Remember.
now go to the top. So it's just saying their names is the rematch. Then we got this EE or whatever these two reed leaves and the TCH. What y'all calling that?
Yitch, Iri.
Itch. ITCH is funny, bro. I mean, but
Yeah. Yitch? No. It looked like
well,
Yitch.
and they got. But now here's the thing. Right after that, they talking about is that y'all ain't saying that's Aku right after that, or Aku Ra,
Yeah,
or
because this the Aku bird
that's
right
Ak.
here.
So look, we just got rematch human beings, and now we're on transcendent spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm
Right.
saying. So these
And
categories right now they talking about ain't different races or they're not different people groups. Is the category that we was talking about in the beginning. How you can't be well, y'all can let me know by reading this text if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can be a rematch in the living and be an Aku.
Right. The Aku is part of the journey. The Aku is for the person to become. That's something that you become when you're dead.
So maybe
you
this
become an effective being if you
itch,
live the righteous life.
Yeah.
maybe this
To
itch
put
with
it
the
short.
sorry, go ahead. I'm probably.
Yeah, when you live a righteous life, you become an effective being, someone your ancestors can call on. So you become transcended and you go through the transformations. You become the Golden Hawk. Remember when we called our brother Imhotep out on his work when he was putting the gold in this and there. So you go through those transformations to become an effective being, and you're becoming an effective being because you kept Ma'at in life, and so you become true of voice in the Duat where they're at
Well,
now.
check this out.
So these are
That is Akut, huh?
yeah,
Akut with the T at the
Akut.
bottom, and then the man right there.
That's a
So,
relative form. Those who are perfected, ahut.
Yes.
and they talk about spirits though.
Perfected
Yes.
spirits, yeah.
Okay. Now
That been
10.
made.
So we got 10 net. 10 nets or what you got?
Teni, Net Shin,
And I don't
Teni
know
Net
if that's
Chini.
I don't know if that's 3 strokes or if that's 2 strokes. Did it leave one out? 'Cause that looks
I
kind of
think
weird.
that's three. I think that's three of them,
Oh,
boy.
okay. Yeah, one might have just fell off. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, I don't know why he didn't put the shaded thing there or whatever, but I would assume that's 3 strokes because all of those lines got 3 strokes under them. Like, I mean, a lot of the wavy lines. So that would be chin, or is you putting that T with the
I got Chin. I got 10.
So you got net
Got
chin,
I
Yeah.
got
net
Net
chin.
10. Yeah. Net Chini.
No, wait. Oh, look, let me ask y'all a question. Is that double reed leaves on the? No, yeah, that's definitely double reed leaves in the other cat. All right, never mind. So
Okay.
I was reading because no, all right, never mind. I don't want to mess it up. So now I just see some statements, whatever they were saying in the beginning about the Kepper, Mur. I mean, in the beginning, Kepper, Mur, in Shin, in Rematch. What did y'all read that saying? That whole first beginning, something about transformation or transformation.
Like the different people of mankind, basically.
Yeah, so after the Eamu, like something Sechepr, they have become.
So that's why I don't see the A'amu.
Yeah, it's right there. Go back over to the second line. Go up. Right there.
Okay. Hold on
Yep.
now.
Eamu. That in this case, that don't mean well, it's not meaning great in this case. That's actually the people.
All right, so we got to trip off that real quick.
Yeah.
Because they write A'amu below and they don't write it like that.
Right.
So I'm questioning if that's right.
That's why I say we gotta really
here's another
dissect
thing.
this
Look,
text.
4 strokes don't make mu. 3 strokes make mu. So this will say in mu. And I still read the way you're reading it, but I just want to point out that it's 4 strokes there.
Yeah, but the other end is it's Eamu ni Secheper.
Wait, A'amu. Oh, you saying the extra N is at the end, and now I'm
Right.
seeing it at the beginning.
Right. I'm looking at the one at the end.
Oh yeah, so that makes sense. A'amu ni
Right.
Sekeper.
Secheper, yeah.
Well, let's see if that makes sense. They belonging to creating change.
No, not belonging. Secheper, no. Secheper, no, it don't gotta mean belong. It
Did you
can
say
mean
ni or you just said in?
ni. Well, just in. I mean, either way.
Well, I thought in was not a nisbah and ni was. If it's just in is like, I think that. So I didn't know. I thought in and ni was different, but I might be.
Yeah, no, they are. But sometimes in saying them though, we say both.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, so not the nisbah.
Okay, yeah.
Belonging to becoming right.
Okay, so I see. So that just means of the people, right, or something like that.
Right. So or it can mean 2.
Okay.
It can mean 4.
But Sa'ak is like causing change or transformation or
becoming, what? Yeah, becoming or
becoming,
something like
to
that.
Cause to become
Transforming.
Mer.
M.
Ma.
The preposition M.
Oh, M. Rin.
Right.
Yeah, your name.
So it's causing them to become of the name.
No. It's not a becoming. It's what they are. Kind of, sort of. Their amu. Those like those who are becoming of their name or to their name.
So let me get a few things clear about this text. It gotta be. I mean, see, I guess we need the whole thing, because now it's making it appear as if they started off this text talking about the A'amu. You see what I mean? But you notice it's snipped from a greater portion of the wall where they might have been talking about something before the A'amu. You see what I mean? But
Right, and also could have been something before that first column.
yeah, and so
I can't
I
remember.
mean,
Right
we could reconcile it from here, but I'm just thinking like, why the Egyptians go write something and then the first thing they talking about is the A'amu. But they are Remetch or not? They are Remetch right there, correct?
That's right there. Yeah, Remetch.
So how is the argument maintained that the wreath or the Remetch are the Egyptians?
Yeah, the person who wrote this 150 years ago, whenever he wrote it.
But no, we still go off that too. Because we even up into the heart, I think the name Remetch popped in the community like 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, it's been the smart and privileged way to say, I know how the ancient Egyptians called themselves. But
yeah, but these cats don't know what they talking about. We know that because they can't read it.
In our own humility, I ain't seen us scrutinize this either.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's important that we do it for the sake of, so that it can be stated it was done and we can actually get to the bottom of it. Like they can't even say this threat, but they ain't gonna know that unless
well,
we
here we
tell
go
them.
though, because if I don't know if I'm wrong or sorry, but I'm gonna start to say the first thing they speaking about in this so-called four races of mankind is the A'amu.
Yeah, because it reads from left to right. The Amu are here. We can see their name. Amu is because this is the throw stick for them. Who they kind of demonize, so they might the last will be first. That could be the case, right? Here we got Remetch, but it starts over here. Remetch, and here goes the people, just like the Amu does the same thing. And here's Horus, you can see right here, Horus. As we go to the second line.
So let me add this in. So in this text, if and when we ever go in and read it, basically what you're going to see is that Horus is going to be leading these people into the underworld. He's going to be their guide. So and he's treating them as cattle as he guides them down into the underworld. And while he's guiding them down, this text is going to talk about how they got their names. It's basically going to tell you what their names kind of mean. Not kind of mean. It's going to tell you what the names mean to, I guess, to the Egyptians during that time.
All right, let's keep reading after that column we was on, and let's see if it's saying, because I see something about Kemet up there, but it don't look like it's saying. It don't look like it's saying. And these Remetch are the ones of Kemet. So if you don't mind, can we scroll up a little?
Yeah, we're going to do so. What I want to also say is this, though. Remember, we're reading the underworld text. So where the text starts from right to left, the people actually start, or from left to right, the people actually start from right to left. So over here, you've got the Remetch first, then you have the Amu, then you have the Nehesi, then you have the so-and-so. But the way it reads is different.
I think Jay Mill got the photograph for us in the email.
Hook us up, Jay. Yeah.
He said, check your email. Why y'all looking at that, bro? I got
the
primary, bro. We archers in this building.
It just talks about Ra being the ruler of Kemet and of the desert, and ruler in the underworld of the Duats.
But yeah, this is an image of it. I'm gonna share it, but I don't know how much we could do scholastic from it. But let me show y'all.
Let me stop share.
Oh, just one moment. We're gonna come right back to that. I just wanted to share these to get the context.
What's up, Shazman?
And so this is actually this is a J Mill photo. We can zoom in on this. Y'all see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So look, we can zoom in on this jump and do the real now. Yeah, forget the now what? So hold on. Shout out to J Man. He kills it. I told you, bro. Now, I'll be just
J100 milli.
All right, so where was we at? Hold on. Now we gotta
find the poor people.
So now here's another attestation to why we still be having to refer back to the facsimile, because the condition of the wall, even though
it's falling apart.
People can see that so this is the Amu right here. So that text was probably starting
Well, the Nehesi is to the back here.
Yeah, the
So
Hessian,
that's not the Amu.
All right.
The
They would be over here, huh?
it curves
Yeah.
around right
So
there.
let's look at this text and see if we can
Egyptians
line
are
it
right
up.
there towards the front of the wall.
So
The
that's
Amu are right behind them, right there.
so.
And the Egyptians are
Do
here.
you see any text that we was just looking over?
There goes Kenti.
So
and
they go a
up.
rematch
Yeah,
right
There
here.
it is. It's right there.
Where's
Go
it
to
at?
the left.
Go to the left.
Go to the left.
So I'm on the right wall, right?
Yep, right
And I
wall.
Yeah,
go to
go
the
to the
left. This
left.
way, Kenty.
Yep.
Yeah.
There,
So we was
there's
just
keep
reading
Going
this
to the left. No, keep going to the left.
Yeah, keep going to the left.
over here.
Yeah.
That ain't no. Oh, okay. I can pull the picture over.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I don't see.
All right.
Now,
There it is.
So here we go.
How y'all see what we was just seeing, man? Y'all raw.
Because he thought the word.
Oh, hey Rue, they go. Hey Rue is backwards.
Yeah, and there's a root.
Yeah, that's why I was just telling you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
backwards.
exactly. But I still gotta find where we were starting in that beginning where it had that line about the Aamu. Where that's at?
So there go Copper Rod right there, where by your cursor. If you go up just a tad.
So
So
I
it has
can
to
zoom
be
in on
right
all of this
there.
hella more. Hold on, let me go back. Let me zoom in hella more. So now where
Hold on one second.
am I in the wrong section now? Oh, there go
No,
those
you
two
good.
read leaves.
Yeah, you
and,
see the front? And there go the people right there.
I
I'll be
still
right
ain't
back.
found
here.
the Aamu.
Go over.
Right there,
Go over.
right above. It says.
So I'm calling this the first column. This the first column.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4.
One,
The
two,
fourth
three,
column
four.
right there.
Oh,
Go to the top.
M.
Yeah.
Oh, but look,
And
nah,
it's got the-
they did it different.
I don't know if
Hold
that's-
on, Budge
yeah.
hating. The wall got
Yeah,
it
Budge
different
might have
than
been doing
Budge
too
or
much.
whatever.
That's why I say we got to research it. Hold on, I'll be right
man,
back.
you trying to tell me the book got it different?
Oh yeah, the spelling of the first sentence. They added in a whole crown and a bread loaf. But if you go back over here to the left, it's just a reed leaf and a wave of water.
Well, so
I know,
where do
I know what they're
go?
trying to say. That way out on the left, the far left. Keep going over. Keep going over.
Oh yeah, this word.
Keep going. Nope. Keep going. Right there. See it?
Man, I'm so lost.
Right there. Right there.
Let me read what I see. On Heru, I mean on Sparrow. In not that ain't what you're reading, right?
Yep. That's that. Yeah.
Oh,
Heru.
the book had it different, huh?
Yep.
I mean the picture.
Me,
Okay,
Heru.
so now let me ask you a question. Because is this a retrograde text?
Yeah, it is retrograde.
So you saying that we start right here?
No, we start on the other side, right away.
Well, then that's still reading into the glyphs.
No, the glyphs are facing the other way. We're not reading into them. Not in retrograde, not in this one.
Yeah, I'm so lost right now. So
this one reads from left to right.
So look, if I walked up to the wall and I was just in the tomb, I would have started right here, right? And I'll be wrong, huh?
Yeah, and you can tell by the next word, the word after it. If you go before it, the word down at the bottom.
This is before to you.
Yeah, well, I meant to its left.
Okay.
That little, what is that? That looks like Rodney Chinu. Yeah, Rodney Chinu.
Uh-huh.
So next word, Rodney Chinu, and then that would be Bauni.
Bauni.
Yeah, Bauni. Like their bars or their souls.
Yeah. All right, but this is what I'm saying. So we are reading retrograde. So that means if you wanted to start from the beginning, you coming over here, right?
Yeah, all the way over.
See, that's what I was saying. So then, so I must have said it wrong. So this is backwards to me, and that's why it's retrograde. And so you start with this on. You calling this a sparrow or Heru?
That's Heru. In Heru.
You think that's Heru?
Yeah, that's Heru.
I know, it just was a kind of sparrow to me. So Anhor and Nini, what? Are not Anhor and
Ninin.
Ninin?
Yep, Hekut Ra.
Yep, Nini Ninin Hekut Ra. Okay, I got that. And then I got Amu. You got Amu right here, a different Amu?
No, that's Emu. Wait a minute. Now wait.
I am.
Oh, my bad. Emu is right there. It's another line over.
No, I'm talking about this one. Well, you see my mouse?
Yeah, Emu.
I am, and then the W right here, right?
Yeah, Emu. Yep, those who are in.
So those who are in, now something is broke off. And then what is this up here? Kemet, huh?
That looks like Desheret right there.
No, this is Kemet.
No, well, yeah, that's Kemet, but that part you pointed to below it is
how
Desheret.
could you see that, bro? Oh, I don't get it. Oh, you talking
Yeah,
about this Deseret? Yeah, I feel
Yeah, that
that.
Deseret.
I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah,
meant
yeah.
the broke off part. I'm like, how the hell you know that's a Deseret? I thought you meant under this bird. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
definitely so. This is Kemet Deseret.
Yep.
Now this
So it
is
appears as though the text is starting. It's that text that he showed us. There's some that's missing, right? Because look, there's the het pet, there's the chau, there's the cheper right there, and there's the eamu or ea right there below it.
AI Kenti Pet. AI Kenti
Kenti
Pet.
pet. Mhm.
Yeah, and then we go. Well, this is not Depet, right? I mean Depu. I ain't reading the cell. Yeah, I should read the cell
Yeah,
because
chau.
it's not a determinative for the sky.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's the
So,
word.
well, this is
Chau.
Depu or whatever.
Chau.
Tau.
Mhm.
Okay, Tau, and that looks like another Kim, but
It is Hinet or Hin.
yeah,
Yep.
yep. Kim
Their faces.
and then what is this at the bottom? A Makaru? I don't know.
It looks like the remnant of a horned viper.
Oh, turn to the right. Yep.
Yeah, it looked like it.
But the thing about it is the three strokes got a line under them, which what I'm trying to see what that's doing.
Yeah, we had to see that from the front. I can't. I
I
guess
probably
if
get bigger. Hold on.
we wrote it out, we probably can.
Yeah, but this is interesting to see. Now, what I'm trying to ask is, where is the Aamu that we had identified at first that was at the beginning of the other text? He left
going
out
to the
other
right.
stuff, huh?
Yeah, actually, his picture is reversed. There they go, right there. Ayamu. Oh, here we go. There it is. Ayamu.
So I see this and this M, but this is what you're talking about, right?
Actually, I was reading the lines over from that. Go over to the left again.
To the left. But these people are Rimech. All right.
And go over one more.
Uh-huh.
Right there. See the word Rin, Shin.
Rin, Shin, in.
Ni.
And then I got
Remech. You gotta go the other way.
Remech. Oh, yes, right. I'm reading the other way. Remech.
And then that's
Oh, okay.
Eamu Chin.
But look
Chin,
though. Budge messed it. Oh, so maybe he thought that these was 1, 2, 3. Are these supposed to be the 3 strokes?
Yeah, that's a wave of water, and it's supposed to be 3 strokes underneath it. It looked like
look, it. Bro, this seems to connect like a TCH.
Yeah, it's chin.
Yeah,
that's a chin.
Stroke.
So how could this be Aamu if the Aamu got a chin in the middle?
They are that. So go back up to the people. Go down one below. Yes, that's yes.
Now we got a papyrus roll.
A papyrus roll.
And then we got a chin though.
A chinin. So Buzz put in an extra.
But this is what I'm saying. This don't say Aamu. This say Chinmu.
That's the Chinahu. That's who they call the Tamahu. That's the Chinahu.
Hold on. So this ain't the Aamu we on. We on the Chihenu right now?
The Chihenu, yeah. Cause that look like the way those people are dressed, the way that man right there with the beard.
Well, that makes sense, but I'm still looking for that Aamu. Because this is a Chihemu. So the reason why I'm looking, let me show you. I think that he took this M bird. I don't see an Amu with an M bird over the people head in the other one, but maybe I'm wrong. This say I-R-M, right? And then
Ayamu. Yeah, or
sometimes they spell it like that though. So sometimes they'll leave that quell check off. That's why I was going to the bottom to show by their legs, the words in there, they'll spell it there, but they don't put the quell check in front of them there either. I don't believe they got the chin, and it's I don't think it has the quell check in there. I think it's got the 2 words and the stroke.
Like headache. You know them headaches that be like in your eyes. I think it'd be from staring at my eyes too much. Let me look and see what this is. Yeah. I gotta hold on. Let me see what this is. Y'all can see this, right?
Oh, that looks better. That was so much better.
Yeah.
Yes, here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna pause.
You got me doing the sideways on the screen, Smash. It's like.
All right, so I'll pause it right here until it scroll over. But I'm gonna press pause. I got my head just start hurting. Hold on. I mean, not press pause. I'll be back in a minute. Y'all can build.
All right. Yeah.
We gotta get them to move the screen though.
I know, right? Like,
so from what we see here, yeah. Now right
I'm still
above,
listening. How much to move it?
Look above Haru. That look like
move it?
You good? That's good right
up to the front of the screen. Or
Tell me when to
hold
stop.
on, it's because your names is in front of it, huh?
Oh, okay, I'll pull
Yeah,
it back.
yeah,
Tell me,
go a
just tell
little
me
bit
when to stop, and I'm gonna press pause on when you want me to stop. Ready? Here we go.
right there. Come back
Oh,
I
okay.
cannot believe this guy took these photographs like
I
this, man.
know. Here we go. Go back.
right there. Jay Millie, we about to make you a millie, yo.
All right, I'll be right back.
Send you the pill, B. So where was y'all at when y'all stopped?
Smash stopped at that Ayamu right there above the guy's head. The Ayamu.
Okay, right here with the bird with his headband. I see him.
Yep, with his headband on. Mm-hmm.
So
And then there's a determinative. So that's one word. It starts after
yeah.
chin. It is Ayamu, and then the seated man, and that's one word. And then it says Heper in sin.
Yeah. So people, what he's talking about is, damn, we can't even use a stroke. Look at the man with the headband. That's second. Go up. You'll see 10. You'll see the bread loaf. Then you'll see the N. Then you'll see 3 strokes. After that, you have the Ah symbol with an arm. So you got Ah, plus you got the hawk right after. Then you've got the M that the hawk appears to be standing on. And then you have the quell check. So it's going Amu.
So I think I'm learning with us, and I'm actually even like I haven't tackled hella retrograde. It be messing my brain up. Like you see how I kept going to trying to go the other way. He's like go the other way, and so that's cool to do. But one thing I want to see is what I think I'm learning is something needs to be investigated about stating that Remetch is just the Egyptians, but the Egyptians do have to be represented in this text. Like, do they? Are they? They're showing Remetch,
right.
then they show Nehesiu, then they show what? See, I don't know what's going on here, but I think I like this conversation. Let me just listen.
Yeah. So the best way to do it is how we're doing it. And then once we kind of fumble and bumble and go through it like this, and then we went back again, and then we went back again, and now it's becoming a little bit clearer, right? So it's telling you, like if we go back over here, clearly Heru is saying something because the word ini in this case is a verb like to say, right, or declare on the other side over here.
So
we got to go back to it.
Well, you left right over there with the copperall right there.
Right. So Heru is kind of declaring or speaking to those rulers, those who are in Kemet and in the desert. And then it says to the rulers, or chin to their ruler, and then like Ra. And then we have Heperni. There it is again. Heperni Eya Chenet. Right above the Egyptian, right there, the one in front of Ra, where it says Remetch. Right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
hold on. Have y'all noticed something that ain't nobody wanted us to notice though? See, in those pictures from Budge and them, they don't be drawing these Egyptians this dark, bro. I'm telling
they be
you.
making
they be like putting this red on it.
They make sure they not looking
but
like
when
that.
we look at the primary, look at how they look, bro. I'm saying. Like, you still could get some red out of that, but the average little kid, what color is this, baby? Brown. They're not going to say red because they're more honest. Ask a 5-year-old what color this is.
Yeah.
If they say red, they tripping. They done got taught something. But I don't want to distract us, but I did want us to notice that this dude looked like him right here. But y'all can get going.
And you can see that the paint is faded because it appears they would have all had his color. So then you got Kenti Pet, foremost of heaven. You got the little sailboat symbol right underneath it.
Right. He's the wind to their noses.
Sinu, or what's the nose word?
Finedge.
Finedge?
Yeah, in this case, it's probably Finedge.
Remember we did it last time?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the wind to their noses are all right.
Kenti Pet.
Then that is an F. That is like an F broken down at the bottom.
Yeah, dude, it looks like an F.
Because look at the next one in the next line that it's taking the similar shape. Right in the next line, it says Sarah or Sekef or whatever. Sekef. or whatever. So
Is that a S after? Is that after the word chin? Is that a nief or sef? Sef.
Looks
chin.
like a
It might be
T
knee.
in his teeth.
I
Yeah,
mean, but the
like
reason why it ain't a knee, because you can see the ripples from all the knees.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
can see
only
that.
one you can't see. No, like it seems like the light from J Mill's camera, it puts some whiteness on the bottom of the. You see that? You notice that?
yeah.
The flash put whiteness on the bottom of these ends so they're clear to see, and it ain't none on this one.
Sechef.
What's a
Looks like the
Seth?
word.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's the word sechef. I'm trying to remember if that's a word, sechef, because it wouldn't make sense for it to be a suffix pronoun right here
I do
because
know SF, but
Mhm.
I mean not capital S, lowercase s.
right lowercase.
Yeah.
So it might be sechef or sefchef. I would have to see it a little bit clearer
And
than
then it
that.
looked like another X up under the F too. Am I tripping? There's another circle up under the
Oh yeah,
F.
it is. Yep. So
Is
like
that,
sechef. That is a word. I've heard that word before. Sechef.
I know SF or S something like that, but I don't remember what it means.
Sechef.
Cat 12 said they got Ramses the Third. If you hear us, J Mill, Ramses the Third, Book of Gates. There's a glyph for the Asiatic in there as well. If you hear me, famo, and you could throw it up. But I know this at 12. If you diss J Mill's photograph again, we're gonna have a talk. No.
Nah, he just trying to come up with some reason why
No,
it looks more brown and less red. But what he's not explaining is the dude actually in the back looks a bit darker, and the one in the front just looks a bit lighter. I don't think they painted it that way, but you can't
no, I
blame it
think
on the
the
photo
paint
light
faded.
because we got gradation right in our face. So
Yeah,
is the
it's faded
photo
paint.
darker to the left? Is what you're saying? I mean,
No, it's faded paint. And you
What?
could tell because the little rematch in the middle between the two, he got the same color as the brother in the back. The one on in front of him, his chest is the same color as the brother in the back, but it's faded out, and then their legs be fading out.
Now
So
look at
Yeah, I
Captain
can see
take
it now. I
faded
can see
paint.
it. That's the word sechef or sechef.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then there's the word for tears right next to it.
Let me go
Yup.
back. I might have went too far.
Remit. That's the word for tears.
So now you're on the left wall right now.
No. I'm on a wall right
Oh, you
above
went to the
the
other wall, to the
of
right.
the Cometi. Go back to the left.
Um,
You went to the Nehessu.
so y'all watching it on YouTube or on Zoom?
Oh, I am. I'm
I'm watching
checking.
it on Zoom.
Okay, because I don't know how quick you
There you
seeing me
go.
move.
Yeah.
So right now I got the center of the wall in the middle of the screen,
Okay,
dividing left to right. So
take your cursor and put it on one of the guys' heads and go all the way over to the left until you reach that last right there. Boom. Now go up.
we need to see more of this right here.
No. You cool with that? That's the word for cloth or garments. Right next to it is the word remit.
Oh, so
Open mouth.
yeah, and then we got the eyes with the 3 strokes. These ain't 3 strokes; those are 3 tears. Huh?
Those are the tears. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
so,
of Ra, the tears of Ra. There's the word Ra right after it.
I see the rod, but I'm looking at this bird.
Remiti.
That's
I wonder if that's
the
the tears. What bird would that be?
I do know a bird being here, and I don't see the of. I just see Ra going straight in there.
Yeah, the of is, this would be a direct
It
genitive.
don't
So
have
no.
to be there. Yeah, it don't.
Right.
It's just tears Ra. I know. Yeah, okay. But this bird got me like, okay, not no big deal, but I would like to know. Now it has a beak turned down like this, so this isn't a sparrow, and it seems like something like not the Rickety bird have his arms open. So I'm trying. What bird is this?
No, it's smash. That's the Ach bird, and that. What I said was Ra is not Ra. That's the placenta.
Okay, so that's Ak, the word Ak.
Yep, that's the word
that
Ach.
works. So that's the tears. So it's still the tears of Ra, but it don't say that yet.
He's
it
an
just
effective
say
being now.
so we know it's the tears of Ra, but it ain't saying Ra name yet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because those
So
tears coming from that eye, we know what that is.
yeah, he's a Ak because he's effective, and then you can see him right underneath the placenta and the strokes. It looks like
Yeah, yeah,
or
or
T,
something, or a T, or something.
Arquette.
It's something
Yeah,
above his head, below the circle. If you look really
looks
hard.
like a T. It looked like Arquette. Or yeah, because it don't. That's not a
So is
clue.
that under him, starting with the M and an R?
Yeah. So the word ah also means power sometimes, or powerful ones. It's not always perfected. I was just trying to see which one fits better here. But yeah, you're right. So you have M, Rin, Chin,
So people,
Me.
if real quick, people, if y'all following us, I forgot. We know what we looking at, but everybody don't. So we're on this
Oh,
column
yeah.
right here. He's about to start breaking this down. You could go right ahead.
Right. So that's Ah, M, Rin, Chinin, Remech. And that looks like AI again. AI chin. Oh no, they're arms.
Yeah, that might be a because that's an arm holding something with
Oh
a
yeah, you're right. Yeah, AI chin.
so that great. All right, cool. So he making some people great or something. I mean, what's going on
And
here?
then yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
'Cause, right, it's not Ayamu this time. Damn, I can't see that above the Kepler. I see the water wave. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Right there.
But Amo ain't the enemy, huh? Oh, he said he added a better photo. Amo ain't the enemy, huh? Like in this text, Nahesi ain't the enemy.
Not in this text
Amo
because he's
ain't the
dead.
enemy, or the Libyans ain't the enemy.
Not when you're dead, but in
they
life,
done being the enemy.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they can't be that much of an enemy
in
because they're
life,
being included in the Egyptians, if you will, their underworld stuff. So I mean,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're he's saying when you die, the righteous will make it, no matter what culture you are, right? But
Yeah,
Okay.
but why didn't they include the Mitannians, people
Yeah.
from Mitanni? Why didn't they include the Sumerians? Why didn't they
well, they
include?
did. They went over these four because these are the four important,
No,
and they
not
could be
important.
telling you,
I mean, I think you're right, but the word important, it kind of messed it up. So, I mean,
yeah, it
rephrase
kind
it.
of it kind of it kind of makes it more specific. But these are the people that they probably would say made other people, if you will. So you don't have, you know what I'm saying, each particular culture is not having to be included because this is the foremost of all men, from white to black. You got them, you got the Arab culture in there, you got the brothers in there, you got the Egyptians in there, you got the Chinahu, you got the white in there. You have basically the foremost of cultures. So basically, it's saying in heaven, the righteous, no matter who you are, you're gonna get this,
All
right?
right, what happened
If
to Reggie? He was here, didn't he, fella? I gotta call him because
yeah,
I ain't streamed a hella long, and I want him to do his show. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that. Oh damn! I just got a call from my daughter. Hold on, let me hit y'all back. I mean, hold up. Go ahead.
hold on, let me use that. All right, I'm good. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, these are the foremost of the Westerners, as it says. So the best of men. Um, and it said that in the beginning of the text when it go, or not the beginning, but where we read where it says Kenti.
But it just said it didn't say other Westerners. It just said the foremost.
Foremost, yeah, of those who are in
Well,
front.
it talks about the heaven. It says Kenti Pep.
Foremost of the heavens.
I'm talking about yeah, Heru being foremost in the sky.
Oh,
I
okay,
think. Right?
okay. So then now, are the Remets, our research question was to find out about the category that the Remets is in. And is it so it appears to include all of these beings as well as exclude them in a certain sense, or is that making sense?
Oh, it states that it doesn't state it. They're saying that they are the Remech and these people are also people. So it's almost like it's the blanket term plus specifically us. We're the teardrops
So
of God.
basically,
But
this is contradicting the statement that rematch don't apply, but it's not as we read the text. Well, let's keep reading it.
no, kind of
But we haven't got to
accepts
the part
both
where they talked
ideas.
about them rematch And let's see if that say Remetch of Kemet or just Remetch. I'm trying to see if this is contradicting the statement that Remetch are just people. If this is say, no, it's not. Look here, it's Egyptians only. So that's what's up, Reggie. I see you finally made it. Oh, he's probably maybe having problems logging on because I seen he clicked on again, but I don't hear no audio. Oh, all right. So y'all, I mean, should I put it? Oh, J Mill said it's another photograph. So let me go look. That might be better. Let me see. Dang, man. I don't like headaches and stuff like that, but right now that's giving me a little issue. Let me see.
So we got that. Uh-oh.
Oh, he
We
added
got
hello.
that. When we go, I'm trying to see a part of the text where it starts to specify
Oh, y'all
other
see on
than
my
below.
screen?
Oh, no, it's black now.
Oh, it is hello.
There we go.
Here it comes. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Tell
Yep.
me which one you would like me to stop on because he
Oh,
got a gang of these.
Oh, wow.
All
That's
right.
good right there, too.
So this is the section we was just looking at, but from a different angle.
I think that's kind of where we ended at. But yeah, but I think we were on the end of the wall
All right.
to the, that little corner, that bend right there.
Yeah.
That's a good picture.
All right. Who broke out these Nehesiu and took them to the house, man? That's on somebody's wall in Europe, I bet. Like, my dad has some, they got hella ancient Egyptian
Blow the
relics
whole
held
wall
in the
down.
family. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, is this it? This is it, huh?
Yep, right there.
Okay, so I'll zoom in on
This is
this.
better.
Oh, this is killer. Nah, you can't make no mistakes with this.
Yeah, this
Look.
is my. Oh, yeah.
I'll make it one smaller. Yeah, there we go. So, but am I supposed to be starting over here, right? So, well, what was y'all scrutinizing? We went through the noses. We went through the tears of Ra. Should we just start around? I mean, I'll just leave it up like this.
And smash that the glyph that you thought was a tethering rope. Go back to the word Eamu.
Oh yeah, let's go see.
That's the half blunt right there. Keep going over to the right. Keep going over. Stop right there.
Yeah,
Go back to the word Eamu.
Now I see this rematch. So I'm see rematch right here. No, I see that's just great people.
Right.
Let me find the other where is it in accordance to this rematch? To the right?
Go over to right there. Go
This
down. Yep.
Now what's this? The M for
and that's an owl.
So look.
Mu.
But now if Asar opened back up his books, Budge took some liberties or whoever did it. They didn't even use that M bird right there.
It didn't.
They put Mu lines. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look. Let me see.
Now I'll let you share yours. I'm gonna let you share yours. That was yeah, so people can see. Here come Reggie again. Hopefully it works this time, brother Reggie.
Come on,
now let's look at this one. Let's look at why did he do that?
Come on, Saber Reggie.
Like, at what point do you make the decision and say, I know how to do the glyphs. I'm just going to put a different M.
Right here.
Yeah.
He made 4 water signs.
Well, let's say, is this one, well, it could be an explanation that this text is repeated in all 5 tombs. And maybe we're looking at a different tomb, Yeah,
but because of symmetry, I don't think a scribe would put that 4 times like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. You feel me?
Yeah.
4 moves. That's like, what is he doing?
Right. I mean,
that was the first thing I pointed out because I'm like, what are you saying here? What are you doing? And
so I hope people can see in real time how we notice things, discrepancies between Egyptological work and the actual primary source. And this is how you get beat the brakes off you in a debate. If you banking on this secondary and then somebody just illustrate in their turn that it ain't even like that on the primary, there's no rebuttal to those type of dismantlings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like when it's spelled, it said, look at how he spells Kemet here. Do it do that too?
Now here's a question, bro. Why here, y'all? Come on, y'all. This is the first time I ever seen Gessurette with a 049.
Right.
Get on with your phone, Reggie. If you can't get on with the computer, get on with your phone. Have y'all ever now that we got him guilty of changing other glyphs?
You normally see it with the flamingo bird normally.
This was the other
So
thing.
they said Gessurette is a city now?
Yeah.
Or the area.
It's normally a land. It normally had a land term.
Yeah, or I would say right, or the land, or the not the land, or what the mountains, the three mountains. I've seen it written like that.
Yeah.
Would do.
So he said
people
Kemet
gotta
Gessurette.
watch it. This is up here. This is a Q. This is the M. This is the T. This is the town
Oh,
location.
you
This
think
is
that's the
Quebec.
Q? Or you don't think that's
Yeah.
a broken version of the I6 clip? It could be either or. It still make Kemet. We know how they spell it like
Yeah.
that sometimes.
Yeah, but normally it's not. It's not spelled with a
Oh,
Q.
let's look at the. We got the primary.
This is a D. This is a S, H, and this is the R, and this is the T with the town glyph here in the facsimile. So what we're
Let me
doing
check this out.
is checking the primary when we go back to the real picture of the tomb to see if that matches up or if an Egyptologist took liberties.
Dang, my eyes, dude. I might have to go lay down. I don't know what the hell. I ain't been streaming in hella long. Now I stare at the computer for 2 minutes, and this is giving me a
You're getting a
headache.
migraine.
I'm gonna let y'all build and not look.
Now dehydrated, are you smash?
I don't know. That happens. Your eyes hurt when you dehydrated.
They start getting headaches. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to drink some 2 or 3 waters.
You know, we from an older sect though. You stare at the computer too long, you'll catch a
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be
Absolutely.
looking at it all the time. My eyes is used to it, but today is weird. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water and all that good stuff.
Oh, put the picture up before you roll. Saber still ain't get in here, man. God dog, man.
Is this the one? All right, leave it like this and be right back.
Yeah, we straight. So in between, look towards the back left jaw. You'll see the R, you'll see the cutoff R and the TCH if you look by the gentleman's arm at the back. That's the word Ramech. And then you have the man in between him and the other gentlemen that are standing, and then you have the deity in front, showing that they're Ramech. And then you have the 3 strokes showing that it's more than one person, as if you couldn't count 1, 2, 3 people in your face and actually a 4th that's off screen. Then we go to the next set of people, and the original is so light, it's difficult to make out what's in between these 2 guys with the headbands on, arms. But you see the M in front of the very first man towards the right. We know this is who are these? This is the Chimahu or the Amu. I can't remember which, because I can't see the glyph in between their arms.
Ones to the right.
Yeah.
Those are the Amu.
Okay, so these are the Amu.
Check their
You'll
bodies.
note in some of the pictures, if you look at the front of their outfits, like here you see the kilts, you see the knot of our set, and I'm going to tell you a couple things about the knot of our set. They say it's a loop, right? Like it bonds, and it's supposedly what secures you. But the professionals, as you'll call it, the Egyptologists, say it represents the vaginal portion of our set. So when you start to go further than just the loop, they start to say this represents the vaginal portion, and then they get into the who, how, what, and why.
Hey, is that Smash asking somebody to host?
I don't see it. If you see it, do it, Shaz.
In the
Shaz, where you
chat.
been at, man? What's up, man? Where you been at, man?
Laying in the cut. Actually, I just got back from therapy. I had a knee replacement on last Tuesday, but it's in the chat on YouTube. Smash put in there, hey, Pan African Jane, can you host?
Okay. I don't know what's going on with Saber Reggie phone right now, neither.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him in the chat.
He said he's
Yeah,
gonna just
same.
listen.
Oh, okay. I know he said he tried like 7 times or something.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? It would pop up and then it would go away. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so Pan African James, he's a he got the tool, the wrench on the thing. I guess he's
So,
what you call him. So he's gonna
uh-uh.
narrate or take over.
So Shazma, what are you still in New York or you in Connecticut?
I was never in New York. I'm in South Carolina. Been here for 28 years. I'm originally from Maryland.
Oh, you know
But
what? I'm messing it up. I'm thinking you
yeah.
the other Shazma. Yeah.
Oh, no, you think about Kansu Shesmu Amun.
Nah, because he in
Um,
Chicago. There's another one
yeah.
in y'all that's in New
Oh,
York.
yeah.
He was
That
out there with
Shesmu.
me in Fortune.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Damn,
Shesmu got
I
popular
remember
after a
you
while.
from back in the day. Yeah, you got the glasses, right?
I mean, I wear some glasses sometimes, but I mean, I lose them, so I don't even wear them that much.
Man,
But
I
yeah,
hate losing glasses, bro. I done lost
right?
thousands of dollars worth of glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
but Reggie,
I
he in the
can't keep up
building.
with them.
Reggie, you there now?
Reggie made it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I like Smash. I'm like Smash.
Said,
I'm
let
like
me in, right?
no, I'm like I seen the Deseret with the community glyph with the Newark glyph. So you're gonna have to send me that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got you.
All
Got you. Fam.
right, I'm gonna fall back to you, master teachers.
No, we just
Well, I
building.
say,
We just building. I
So
see James in the building. I'm gonna ask him to hold it down because I'm gonna lay in the bed. I need to recover real quick, but I'm still listening though. I don't know. My
what's up,
head
brother?
just started
In
beating.
Africa?
Here we
no,
go.
I think that you did. I think that you did a lot of work. I'm I wish my Zoom was on so I can show you some parts that I would want to talk about on my show, but I can't get this Zoom up, so that I might have to.
Hold up, Shab. I'm gonna send you this book right now. It's actually it's 3 of them, but you
I
probably
don't need
heard
the whole book right now. Just send me that clip of that
the pick.
Deseret with the
Okay,
community. So
okay.
that is real interesting. So Ramesh, um, I think sometimes ancient Egyptians was being shorthand when they was talking about Ramesh because they was just talking about humanity at large, and then sometimes they was talking about specifically the, the humans or the people in their land.
Well, you know what? We gotta
And
investigate those
so
texts, Reggie.
so that's why I'm just
Oh, he can't hear
listening.
me.
I
Hey,
think it's
hold
just
on. I'm gonna make it so
context.
you can. I think we gotta just investigate those texts, Reggie, because a lot of the times we never just see them be like for the Ramesh. They always say for the Ramesh need Kemet. You feel me? To indicate not just for every human in the world, he gonna do this for us. And so it's gonna. I mean, all of the more we're learning about these terms, the more we're gonna be able to see. Because people have argued that no, Kemetiu wasn't used to say them as a people group. It was Ramesh. And now that we're seeing that, I'm not saying that this is giving more evidence to Kemetiu, but it's doing less for the argument that Ramesh is the word that we're looking for. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother Reggie. I wanted to try to help you with your computer. That happens to me sometimes. So when you click it, it just like a little blink thing happens, right? But the screen never comes up, huh?
No, it just doesn't, it allows me in. I just can't speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a different issue then.
So
But what I was going to suggest is if you uninstall and then reinstall, sometimes that'll fix the issue.
well, so I tried to reinstall it, right? I didn't uninstall it first and then reinstall it. I just try to reinstall it. So I think I have to reboot my computer and maybe that will clear it up. It's the first time I'm having a problem. But what I will say is that in the Anhem, they this is what they say in the Anhem, which everybody's read. So I'll just read it over. They say
One second, Reggie, real quick. You know Reggie is a computer scientist, right? His major is computer. So he knows. I'm sure he knows how to fix that.
Right, but it's always separate to what's going on with your own. Yes,
Oh,
your
so
own
look,
individual.
Reggie, I just seen you said 4 o'clock. Your show. Let's go. Let's take everybody to the Committee You show.
No, I'm not doing it at 4. It said 4.
Yeah. I just look. It say 4 o'clock.
No, no. How could it say 4
Maybe
o'clock?
I'm wrong. Let me look on my phone again.
No, it says 7.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. Committee You 4 o'clock. No, it say 4 o'clock p.m., bro. So
No,
that's
it
right
says
now.
scheduled. No, it says scheduled.
Scheduled for 7/2/24, 4 p.m.
No, it says okay. So that's wrong. It's because the one that I have up right now, it says scheduled at 7 o'clock
Oh,
p.m.
well,
but-
oh yeah, 4 p.m. my time. Okay. It's 7 o'clock your time, dog. Yeah, that's right. So,
Okay,
but
here's the thing.
so you're gonna do it in 3 hours then, basically.
No, but Sanetta's got a show.
No,
so
don't
now-
stop doing that, fam. We waiting
No,
for you,
no, I need the audience.
bruh.
I need
do you
the
know we
audience.
waiting for you though?
No, nobody's gonna watch my. I'm gonna have 20 people on. I'm not doing that.
That's not.
Well, no, wait, no, what the problem? I mean, what the deal is? Jabari's coming on to deal with Chief X.
What time
He's
he
gonna
doing
deal
that?
with Chief X at 6 o'clock.
Very true. It's gonna swap.
Oh, okay. So why you got it saying 7 then?
Because I scheduled it first, and then Sanetta
Mhm.
came and then and put on the Jabari show.
Oh well,
So
let's do it after Jabari. You got to get that off. You've been waiting for 2 months on this presentation.
Well, to commit to you, no, the Egyptians I was waiting, but I'm gonna do that during Black History Month on Sanetta's big channel. But for this one, if they get off early, but Sanetta, he'd go on with Jabari to 9 o'clock and exhaust people. But everybody be exhausted when he's fighting with Chief X. So that's the big show tonight. So
I still think it would be you would give views, brother Reggie.
I'm not
if you
doing
want to
that.
do it after, but
I've done a show and only get 50 people. I'm not doing that. I'm not
Let's
doing
go
that.
tomorrow then. Because
Yeah.
I got to do the boxing podcast tonight too.
Dang, it's
Yeah,
going
I ain't
down. These YouTube streets was just empty for a long time. You could have got that off 5 days in a row.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for. I was hoping for a game. See, when Sanetta, when there's a game on, Sanetta don't stream.
Yeah, he was watching that Knicks.
So schedule your thing for the next Knicks game.
Sanetta nowhere to be found.
That's how you do that.
So
But what I just want to say in closing about that, Reggie, don't confuse us, everybody. We all love Sonetta crowd, but we here supporting what Brother Reggie doing. Like, Sonetta's my man. But if they talk about some Hebrew stuff and you streaming, I'm never gonna watch the Hebrew stuff over you streaming. You feel me?
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Khalil Amani dates my mother's friend, right? So he comes to the house often. I'm not gonna watch my brother Khalil Amani over building with you because I already know what he's doing. And we ain't into that. We know what that's about.
Yeah, we trying to find out what's up with this commit to you, Reggie. That's really what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was trying to talk. Okay, so what I'll say in short for us, right, is that sometimes we're not. How can I say? We leave out details. Commit to you functions like Kemet. It has the Nuit symbol. It has the people symbol, right? And sometimes it doesn't have a symbol at all. So we have to pay attention to that. So Kemet has those things. Sometimes it has the Nuit symbol. Sometimes it has the people symbol, right? Sometimes it has a cattle symbol. And then there's a version of Kimi with a dog, right? Or Kimu with a dog, right? What do we do? Do we pay attention to that? Or do we, and I think that we should pay attention to that when they're using the Nuit. So they use the Nuit symbol on Commit to You in the winning statement, right? And then they use without any determinative dealing with a cattle farm, right? A cattle farm in Dendera, and then they use Kemetiu with the people, right? How should we deal? How should we deal with that, right? How should we deal with Kemetiu? So I think when they're using it with the people glyph, they're talking about they're putting the emphasis on the people. When they use the Nuit, they're putting the emphasis on the community of people. And when they don't use it, they're just pretty much talking about maybe like a location, a cattle farm, a specific and so that's some of my thinking on Kemetiu, and then we'll talk about more of it, when I do my show. But I don't know if Smash or Saw or Chris want to weigh in on should we pay attention to that on Kemetiu?
You should. Yeah, because there's a couple things that I'm looking at now, right? Because there's two things. They say that the M is like when you say Kemet, it's just there. But when we talk about Kemem, then it plays not just the phonetic part, but it plays a part as a noun. So it to me, I'm going with the noun phrase, Kemet, and I'm thinking Kemetiu, it's gotta refer to the people because the owl.
Which Kemetiu? Which Kemetiu? See, Kemetiu with the Nuit, Kemetiu with the people,
Yes,
Kemetiu
with the people.
with the
So
people. So that's why I'm saying that we have to pay
yes,
attention to the classifier and put more emphasis when they have the people glyph to use the people, and
yes.
do it the community of the people, right? And without any classifier, maybe we have to look at the phrase. So that's part of it. But the other part of it is simply I think they just stopped using Kemetiu because Kemet was more clearer. So I think, Kemetiu comes out of a cult practice. And it specifically comes out of we stand with the foremost of the chiefs of Kemetiu, right?
Other chiefs, people.
Okay, what do you mean they stopped using Kemetiu? Like, I mean, I don't want to go too far, but like, I mean, it seems like you have some type of reasoning for going in that direction.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only we only have 3 or 4 adaptations only 3, really 3 adaptations of Kemetiu. We only have 3.
A period? Like it's not just
That's
because
written,
you're saying that it means it has maybe 3 different meanings from what I'm following.
Well,
and you said out of all 3, out of all those different meanings, only 3, or you talking about only 3 that means for the
only 3. We only have 3. We only have roughly maybe 3 to 4 inscriptions with Kemetiu. Period.
It's only been written down 3 to 4 times.
That's
in
interesting.
the whole history.
Yeah, I thought you just meant maybe the 3 that you could identify for the humans, but you're talking about period. Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, written down. Yeah.
We only have 3 or 4. So so the reason why I'm saying that is I just think it came out of the cult practices. It came out of the cult practices, and then when they were using it for social political reasons, they preferred Kemet. And so Kemet is the thing that we should focus on, not Kemetiu, right? I think that Diop was right at one time period, but in another time period, they just stopped. We don't see it that often. We see it specifically in Venice. We see it in the I think in the 11th dynasty, and we see it resurrected. I think another time in the Ptolemy period. So it's not something that is widespread. So I could give up Kemetiu, and I could spend more energy on Kemet, right? Because I have much more adaptations of Kemet, right?
But if we have to give one up per se to pursue the Kemet one. I think we
Yeah.
should keep everything in the basket. But Kemet would be a
Why?
focus. I
But
agree.
why? If you do, I mean, first, it's a very narrow topic. So
Right.
Well,
now you get yourself into trouble because you're trying to keep something that even the Egyptians didn't make a big deal out of it. They didn't make a big deal out of it. Winning statement is the biggest deal, right? When he
yeah.
says we
Man, I'm telling you, I can't wait for you to do this presentation, Reggie. I got to see the visuals. You know what I'm saying? Because I love
Reggie, I agree with you. I really agree with that perspective. If it's only 3 locations that we can find in all the Meta Nature, it's not that big of a deal. We can still. Sorry, I'm sorry. And Carl is talking about. It's still it's there. We know that it's there. We can always go back and touch it. But as far as like trying to keep it alive to the forefront, I think you're correct. I was just saying, just keeping either Kemu or Kemet.
That's correct. And and then I mean so because I'm not religious with this stuff.
right.
My thing is if they wanted to say that this was the Egyptians through the periods, they would have said commit to you through all the periods. And they would have and we would have far more text. Just because we have 3 texts doesn't help. I have a text that says that it's just a cattle farm. It's in Dendera, right? It's just a cattle farm, a great cattle farm of black herds, right? Of black cattle, right? So this is without the Nuit symbol. So now I know it means without it you know, it's how can I say it's in a cult context. At some point, the ancient Egyptians uh, always was in their cult practices, but they had cult practices are what they are. They're small adherents and stuff like that. Then they made it to the larger social political uh, 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 world, right, or context, and they didn't use Kemetu. They used Kemet. So I'm not gonna hang on to that and make that important just because they said it 3 times. So
Right.
maybe when you see it in the 3 time periods, maybe then you'll shift your idea. But for Diop to say that this means uh, the Egyptians, well, Kemet meant more the Egyptians than Kemetu, right? Diop
Right. For
argued,
him to say, right. For him to say that it means black men, to be specific. Yeah,
You
I
mean
would.
the
I
Kolo?
would
You
see.
mean the Kimu?
No, the Kemetu.
Okay.
yeah,
So you saying the Diop said that the commit to you meant? I thought he said that if that meant the people.
yeah, he meant to designate the Egyptians themselves.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
But
I don't think he's wrong. I just think he's right in one period. I don't think that
Right.
he's right in all
okay,
periods.
right. Yeah, that's a lot clearer statement. So just
Yeah,
in a
It's
period.
we hold it. We don't have the issue, but I feel what Patah Amin and y'all saying. But if we hold on to it, it's just in the basket. But yeah,
right.
pursuing
Right,
Kemet
but if it's in
more.
the basket, why make it? Why not see if it's in a basket of apples? Why make that green apple more important than all the other the red apples and the spotted apples? Why make that? Why
I
make
don't think
that
we gotta do
sound
that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
we
think
have to
so
make
because
that the forefront, but at the same time, we don't want to throw it out because it is still an apple and it helps with it's
and
like
also I think, and also not to cut your wisdom or so, but also I think the reason why it's even a thing is because over the years we began to figure out how to make multiple things or use the plurality, and we would call it. We would say, oh, not trying to be smart, thinking ourselves as being smart. We would say, "Cometi," when we were learning that this is the plural, and because some people would say, I don't know whether it was "cometi" or somehow we were trying to
no, that's
pluralize
a
it.
dummies. That's
Kemet.
not
We do that
Chris.
because it's
That's
so out of
not
garden.
Smash.
But
That's not Asar. That's not Reggie. That's Jabari. That's some of the other shrines that do that. I'm not listening to them.
Right. So what I'm saying but it kind of, once the correction came and said this is what it is, it's commit to you, and now all of a sudden now we know it could be Kemu or Kemi. So we're reestablishing that, you know what,
Right,
it's
but
not
you
even
do
that
that with
important.
research. You do that with
Right.
cases. So you
Right.
show the cases of Camel. So
Right.
and if you don't do that, then you're just being sloppy. You're being lazy. So
Right.
with Kimmel, with with Kimmel, Kimmel is interesting because it's written with the Kim glyph. It's written with the uniliteral, right? The Kim glyph, the owl glyph, the uniliteral that makes a U, the one that looks like the swervy line, and then it's written with a man. Then they try to play with that, and then they try to say it means complain. But then, if you look at the dictionaries, it's a noun. So the only way you can translate that really is black man, right? But it's not plural, right? It's not really plural. It's not, I can't, or you might say black men, all right, and make it plural. But I think it functions differently.
We know
Wait, hold
we
on,
know it's
Reggie. Well, I want to know
masculine, right?
how would you pluralize that? Would you just put three strokes behind that?
Well, that's the problem. There is not three strokes. There is the uniliteral. I'll tell you what uniliteral it is right now. So I don't want to. I can't reboot my PC because I'm running.
Man, I'm telling you, Reggie, just hold up. We gotta see this. I'm on a second. When you put it, I mean, I just was asking, like, if you wanted to pluralize it, would you just put three strokes behind the chemo? Do we have anything like that that we can see? Because to me, like, we haven't really touched on chemo in the community. It's just been Kemet and Kometiyu. Kometiyu kind of overstepped the chemo until we started to read the Sonoran situation. So I would like for one of you guys to go back over the
Right.
chemo
So
and show them.
I could tell you that the Gardner codes is I6 for Kim, G17 for the owl, Z7 for this specific uniliteral, which is makes the oo sound, and then A2 for the man with his hand on his mouth. The
Asar, can you pull up the TLA?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
it's not in the you see the problem is, okay, if you pull it up on the TLA, pull it up on the TLA, you're going to see Camus, but it's going to say complain, right? So pull up, go to TLA and go to this with the sign search and then put in I6, G17, D7.
Let me pull up the legacy TLA for you.
Yeah, pull that up. The legacy.
God damn it. Hold on, let me.
So this is yeah, so Sonetta is, I mean, that's an important show, refuting Chief X. Um that's an interesting show. It just deals with Chief X is all about logic, right? Or what he thinks logic is. And um and so to me it's just it's just really entertaining. Chief X is never gonna pull up anything that's you know that's relevant as far as research. He's not going to do it.
Reggie, can you see your screen?
Yes. Okay. So thank you. So I was looking at the. Let me look at the computer screen and talk. So let me walk into so it's bigger. Okay. So give me a second to catch up. Thank you for doing that.
They say this is a hair glyph, right? But the more I look at it, there's pictures of snakes in the same form and people that are ancestors in the same form. And I'm still trying to find the hair in a picture that looks like this. We'll talk about that.
What
Okay.
about Kemi right there?
All right. So you, okay. So no, don't do it. Do it this way. Wait,
Right
because I
here.
don't see it that way. So do it. Um. Okay. So go back. Go back to the limits. The limit search.
You note that commit to you's got a red dot right there. You see
Yeah.
that? What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't really know. It might
Usually
mean
it's when it's not actually found in that
Right.
test.
doesn't have any.
I was just pointing that out.
That's a
I
good
know that
observation.
much.
Smash taught us that. He
Yeah,
always said it doesn't
exactly.
have a mini
I'm on it.
assertion.
Yeah. So go back, back screen to where you do the search in the beginning. Right now, go all the way to the bottom. Go all the way to the bottom.
Where it says
Well, get rid of no. You go back. Okay, you're gonna have to listen to me. Go back. Put your back screen. Right, wonderful. Get rid of that Kemet right there. Get rid of that. Delete that. No, just delete
Oh,
that.
you watching the YouTube, Saber.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm confused.
I'm at the search list of them already. Yeah.
No, delete that. It still says Chem 2. Get
There's a
rid of
delay. Reggie, there's a delay. Let him catch up.
No, I think he on point.
Then
Yeah, I
what?
think he's on point. Because now, okay, do you what you see
it's
now,
erased?
Reggie? You see something blinking in lemma? In the lemma category,
yeah.
is it blinking? With nothing there?
Make sure nothing is there. I don't see it blinking. Let me just
There's
make
nothing
sure.
there
Gotcha.
right now from what we're looking at.
Or your computer dragging, yeah.
Okay, great. Now go all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
Cool.
Sign codes.
Right, to sign codes. Thank you so much. Put I6
Okay.
space dash G17
Okay.
You got to put the dash or no?
No.
space dash. Yes, put the dash. I6 space dash.
You want the dashes in there? We just
Yes.
put the space in there.
Put I6 space.
G17 dash.
That's correct. Dash Z7. Okay. Let's start right. Okay. So
You
let's
said
start.
You said B7 or D7?
D7.
Yeah. Go back. I saw you put B. They put D.
And you're gonna have to put spaces in between the dashes.
Yeah, I got it.
You that's the by the 6 is not space right there, Asar. So you know
No.
that.
Why
Where the
don't
6
you?
is, put a space right there.
I
And where the
six
G,
space.
the 7 is, put a space right there.
No, yeah, put a space.
Okay, now try.
No, stop. Stop. Listen to me. I6 space, put a space after the 6.
Yeah, it's a space.
Stop. That's why you keep clicking it. I6 space. There's no
Space
space.
is there.
Okay.
It's already a space.
All right, great. Now you can do the search.
It's gonna show 0. He got to do it the way you was talking about, Asar. Take the space, take those
still not
dashes
going.
out of there and see what happens.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
not
saying. 'Cause
showing
the
up this
dashes ain't, they're in
No,
there, but
it's not D7, it's Z7.
Oh, Z7.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, bam.
So here's Ikum, Kim, and Kim and New at the bottom.
Okay. My search has just cluster. My
Yeah, give it a second to pull up for you. And then I just brought it to English for everybody.
Okay, great.
Kim and New, a personal name.
Right. Okay. So now the Klagen, if you translate to English, it would probably say complain.
Yup,
second
that's
one?
right there, the Kim right here.
That's the second one.
All right, the second one. The problem with that in the dictionaries, it's a noun, right? Here, it means to complain. I mean, Chris would have to tell us what in English grammar what the word complain is. I don't know the
It's a verb.
to complain, right? So to complain, but if you look in the TLA, I'm not the TLA, but if you look in Vigus and other places, it's a noun. So in this particular case, if you click on it, it's going to give you it's going to give you some slips, right? If you click on it, right? But this Kim is still Kimu. This is the Kimu with the you see the squiggly signs Kimu, and um, but there's another version, and it's harder to find, right? But the fact of the matter is, even if we translate this, that even if we there it goes right there. Okay, so this is they cross reference it. Thank you. So they cross reference it. They slick. They cross reference it with this word of complaint, but that may not be the case. But if you translate it, it's black Kimu, right, and the person, right. So why Sonoran said that this is Kimu, right? That if you was to designate Kimu, if they were to designate black people, they would have used Kimu, is because he knows that in this particular case of Kimu with the Persian glyph, right, that it would be a noun, right? And
Yep.
and if it's a
Yep.
noun, it would have to be black person. So that's why he used Kimu. So so I went back and says, well, why did he use Kimu? Why would he say if they was to designate black people, they would have used Kimu, right? Because Kimu is a noun. Here, it's an adjective, but the problem is that it's also a noun.
Reg,
Right? Yes.
Reg, what's the difference between is it the Coptic that's Kemi versus Kemu?
I wouldn't at this particular time, I wouldn't deal with Coptic. I'm dealing with it at this particular time period, right? I wouldn't deal with Coptic because Coptic is later, right? So I wouldn't deal with it at that time period.
So look at this real quick, because the correlation word is emu, and that means to complain or wailing.
Right. So that's why they're cross-referencing it, but Imu is different than Kimmel. So
Exactly.
Kimmel is so this is one of the things where they couldn't how can I say they couldn't come up with an explanation. So what they did is they cross-referenced it to wailing and lamentations, right? Um, so this is in the TLA, but if you go to Vigus dictionary on Kimmel,
Doesn't say
probably,
that.
huh?
I said it probably doesn't say that.
Well, it says that it's a noun.
Mm-hmm.
So then now, if Kimu is a noun, then the noun could only mean black person. Well, you know, I don't think that I think Kim means sacred black person, right? I don't think that only to the people of Egypt. So I think that when in Egypt, and what we call Egypt, when they used Kim, they meant sacred or a part of than any other group of people outside of Egypt, like the hinterlands. So this my explanation is that Kim means sacred. Kimmel means sacred black. It doesn't mean, and it's only for the people of that land. It's
I,
not
I,
for
I
other.
would I would agree with that because you have the sacred herd and the quote unquote Egyptians or the Remech the Kem Remech.
Right.
They separated themselves from the others. They thought they were special.
Correct. So they thought they were sacred, holy, right? Different than the rest of the groups of people in the hinterlands. So that would be my explanation from my paper, that it doesn't just mean black like we try to say. It means a sacred black. And it's applied to skin color. It's applied to character. It's applied to a number of different attributes. And I mean, I noticed from the Anham where in the Anham, They simply say that in Anhim they think, what did they say? They say, let's just pull it up. Tongues are separated in speech and forms too. Their skins are made different, for you made foreign lands different.
What you reading, Saber?
So Sonoran, Dr. Serge Sonoran is not correct in the fact that they didn't use color as for skin. The Anhim just destroys that because it says,
Man,
you
man,
mold
Gabe,
the
hold
earth.
up, man. I don't know how you put Brother Reggie's Cash App in. But somebody please put Brother Reggie's Cash App in if you could. Cause this is, I mean, I already see where this is going. You see what I'm
So,
saying?
right. So Serge was just, Dr. Serge Sonoran was just reacting to Abdullah, and he didn't get his whole idea out, nor did he write a paper to clarify. But in on him, it says, you mold the earth to your wish, you and you alone, all people, herds, and flocks, all on earth that walk on legs, all on high that fly with their wings, and on the foreign lands of Kar and Cush, the land of Egypt, you place every man in his place. You make what they need so that everyone has food, his lifespan counted. Tongues are separated in speech and forms too. Their skins are made different, for you make foreign lands different. And so, in that beautiful statement, he's saying that the people in Egypt is different than Kor and different than Cush in the land of Egypt, right? And that
Right.
their skins are different, right?
And
But not
Reg,
just
yeah,
but not just
but
their skins, their speech and forms, right? So
right.
they were kind of early anthropologists and you know, they was using the pop affiliator. They were saying uh, populations are different, right?
But also, Reggie, I would add, well, what I take from it also is we know that by them calling themselves or making themselves out to be special, there was another group of people later that decided to say that they are the special ones who always seem to take from other cultures. But I'm not going to dwell on that. But Sonoran was he was, I mean, he wasn't exactly wrong what he said because it was the way he said it. He said, remember, he said, in any case, no, he said, in general, they didn't use colors to describe other peoples in general. That right there, he didn't say that there weren't any cases, but he said in general.
Right. And so
So
he was just reacting to Abdullah. First, he killed Abdullah. He says Kim means black. To designate black people, you would use Kemet or Kemo. So he just deaded Abdullah. Abdullah's quiet
right,
after that, right? So
right.
then, so then he
But then
just
also, how about he couldn't be seen to be partial because of who he was to these other guys, right? I mean, I know they're Egyptologists, but they weren't, they're, you know, you know where I'm going with this, but he
well,
couldn't be
no,
seen
yeah,
being partial with these other guys, so he had to still kind of, you know what I mean?
right. Well,
Be,
you have
yeah,
to do it with evidence, and you got to remember these people were doing it by books and hands, right? You know, they didn't have databases like we have. They didn't have that, right, at that time, right? So he wasn't gonna go on record because he was just reacting to Abdullah's statement. I don't think that he was gonna go on record without evidence. He would have had to write a paper, right? And it didn't seem that he submitted a paper. It didn't seem that he submitted a paper. He was just responding in speech. So he would keep his comments brief, but brief enough to destroy Abdullah, right? and then deal with Kemetu. He said that they wouldn't have used that adjective for people in the hinterland. No, they wouldn't have used the adjective Kem because Kem was something internal to that land. So they would not use that particular adjective outside because it just didn't mean black, right? It just
Right.
didn't mean black for them. It meant, and
But the
that's
thing,
why.
but the thing about it is, he could have just said, if the Egyptians were to say black people, they would have said Kem or Kemu. He didn't have to add the Kemetiu to beat Diop back down. He squashed Abdallah. Then he also corrected Diop, and then he went on to add, well, they didn't call anybody else black in the hinterlands, and I don't see any other
He said the
cases where
adjective.
that.
Right. He said the
I
adjective,
don't, I
and they
don't,
would not. And they
right,
would not have. Because Kim,
right, because they only use it for themselves.
right, they only used it for themselves. That's the point.
But
That's thank you.
he didn't even have to say that part though. But because he's trying to back, he doesn't want to be seen. He said, all right, y'all force me into to giving this up. So we can, because we do want to have, we all came here to have this conference. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and say this, because Diop and Albania said they're gonna take the ball and run. If we're gonna quit, they threatening to quit. So let me go ahead and correct the, we're not
No,
even
they
gonna
didn't threaten to quit.
agree on
Now, hold
black.
on, I don't like the way you coined that. They didn't threaten to quit.
I didn't quote. No, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, they quitting to say if we're not going any further, if
Yeah,
we can't
but
even
it was
agree that
based on the
Chem means black.
parameters that they couldn't be intellectually honest enough to admit that what it meant. So he said, if y'all can't even do this one simple word, there is no need for us to go on because y'all not going to even admit.
You're right.
That's why he
we're
did
saying
that.
the
He
same
didn't
thing.
quit or act like we was scared or nothing. He was just like, man, if y'all ain't gonna do this, we out of here.
Well, you're correct.
The way he did that, it wasn't him quitting. It was him saying, man, if y'all ain't gonna even be intellectually honest about this one word, man, we can't even go any further.
You're correct. You're correct.
Mm-hmm. Because you'll give other people an inch and they'll take that. You see, he quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, see what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not doing
Right.
that.
So when they said that, everybody would like to go back in time and use words a little bit better, right? I lost a.
Oh man!
Fell off.
Oh, hey Reggie, we can't hear you. Maybe he muted.
Yeah, he fell off. So right here, we just kind of going over his words, right? It says the list was comprehensive. It extended from Old King to the end of Pharaonic period. The evidence did indeed support a theory, and any contrary theory must, of necessity, be supported by iconographic representations of non-Black Egyptians. So when Sonoran disagreed, they simply pointed out, well, show us these pictures of these non-Black Egyptians so we can, let's see what's up. And they wasn't trying to do that because they know they would have had to go to the Ptolemaic period and possibly the Persian period to do so. And Diop's point was his point was substantiated when he stated clearly that during their pharaonic or dynastic period with the families, basically till about the 26th dynasty or so, they painted themselves and depicted themselves as Black on the walls. Professor Verkerter conceded that there were representations of Black people in Egyptian sculpture during the Old Kingdom, and he gave supporting examples, but he did not in any case also represented by contemporary sculpture showing quite different features. So like I just said, he had to go to the Ptolemaic period or now in order to contradict what Sheikh Anta Diop said. Why? Because the human dimension.
Show me where it says they put Black people on the walls. Where does that say?
Professor Diop, when he says it, he's up here. Professor Verkerter did not dispute that there might have been Black elements in Egypt throughout history. This is the part of the discussion where they're talking about the philology, and they're talking about the descriptions of the people.
Right. So when he says that, remember, when I'm trying
Right.
to help you out, help us all out, is that the color black is um is what it is. But the people use this word Kim, right, as an internal conversation about their sacred blackness, right?
Right.
So these Egyptologists, what they're leaving out is it's not just the color black, right? It doesn't matter if other people use wall paintings, cave paintings with black. That's not the point.
Reggie, one second. And Asar, go ahead and read from professor all the way down to
Curtis, you want me to bring
to
it?
laboratories.
All right, you
Or
go.
let the you can let the
Why'd you cut me
chat.
off? Why'd you cut
Nah,
me
we'll
off for
read it.
that? Wait,
No, it's
before
going to
you
add
do
to.
that, why'd you cut me off?
It's going to add. Only reason we'll keep the sacred herd. I got you. But only reason it's going to add to your thought process, and then also it may add to when you go to write your paper or you go to defend, and that's the only reason I'm just because I think you would like to have this.
Yeah, these are some of the parts in the discussion that people you claim you read these books, you couldn't have and come up with the conclusions that y'all did instead of the ones that I did, and say Reggie and Smash and the brothers and you see Patah just looked at that like, oh, so if you've been in these books, you already know this is decisive. So Saber, if you don't mind, I'll read. If not, I'll let you go and then I'll read it
No,
after.
go ahead, read it. I just need to know why. I just need to
Gotcha.
know why. Because okay, go ahead.
So Professor Verkouter did not dispute that there might have been black elements in Egypt throughout history, and he himself adduced a number of further examples of their being represented graphically. He took issue with the facts as presented, however, on two counts. They have been drawn indiscriminately from the whole Pharaonic period. That's because he, as we read earlier, talks about the Ptolemaic period. On two counts, they had during the Pharaonic period without clear references, and the selection had been made to support a theory. On this score, Professor Jope replied that he had made a point of submitting only carved objects or scenes in order to avoid the likelihood of discussion on the significance of color. So Professor Joe painstakingly did this so they didn't have to just discuss color as an issue, but that he had been obliged to use the material available to him at Dakar. He was in Senegal. Dakar is in Senegal. The list was comprehensive. It extended from the Old Kingdom to the end of the Pharaonic period. The evidence did indeed support a theory, and any contrary theory must of necessity be supported by iconographic representations of non-Black Egyptians. Meaning, if you want to contradict what he showed, you better bring some non-Black Egyptians that are before the Ptolemaic and Persian period. During the lengthy discussion on colors, Professor Verkerter, Sonoran, and Save Soderberg on the one hand and Professor Jope on the other were again in disagreement. During the discussion, nothing was conceded by either side. The only apparent point of agreement was that the matter warranted further study, in particular with the help of specialized laboratories. Professor Verkerter conceded that there were representations of Black people in Egyptian sculpture during the Old Kingdom, and he gave supporting examples, but he did not consider that they were representative of the Egyptian population as a whole, which was, in any case, also represented by contemporary sculptures showing quite different features. Let's go down a little bit and then I'll end out. Professor Verkerter wondered why the Egyptians, if they did regard themselves as Black, rarely, if ever, used carbon black in their representations of themselves, but used a red color instead. Professor Jope considered that this red color was indicative of the Black Egyptian race, and that the yellow coloring of the women folk illustrated the fact to which attention had been drawn by American anthropologists that women in a number of racial groups studied were, as a rule, of a paler hue than the men. And
Okay,
the floor is
so
yours.
all right. So the problem, okay. So I think that
Somebody's
Kim,
talking in the background.
it's all right.
That's the
I think
TV or something. Somebody got the
Okay.
TV on.
I think that
Oh, my bad.
no, it's fine. I again, if you throw in the literature that we have, and we have enough attestations to say that Kemp meant sacred black, then they're not just dealing with color. Here, the mistake is that they're just dealing with the color black and not the context of being separate among themselves from other foreign groups. So that's the problem. They're looking at it as just the color black, and they make in all parties, or not including other material, and that is simply because of what's available at the time. Uh,
Mm.
what's available at the time. But if you read my paper, let me see if you can pull up. Yeah. So if you could go to my paper, it's called Syncretism, a Means and Method.
Let me see if I got it on this USB port, Saber. I think I got it.
No, just pull it up on the web.
On the web? Okay. Hold on.
If you just if you just type Kemet or Kemetiyu, you're going to see my paper, because
Let's
it's the
type it
leading
up.
paper on the subject. It's the leading paper on the subject. If you just
When was
Google,
Kemet renamed, Monsieur?
no, just Google.
That's what I
Don't
just did. Ancient
you go,
Egyptian race, how to pronounce Kemet to you? What did?
did you let me see your screen when you're Googling.
Okay, hold on. Let me
What do you
refresh.
want them to put in? Just Kemet?
Yeah, you could just put Kemet and Kemetiyu.
Reggie flossing on y'all.
Yeah, I
Just
am.
He
follow
on
his
point
lead.
right now.
Just follow his lead. Follow
Yeah,
his
I am.
lead.
Just
So I
type
typed Kemet to you. Let me put in Kemet too. Let me put Kemet.
Kemetiyu, KM.TYW. Kemetiyu and Kemet.
Let
And
me
this is a
add my.
Google. Why is it my Zoom is not catching up?
Yours is coming a little behind, which is okay. There you go, right up top. Syncretism, a means of method. Let's get it.
Right. So
Continue. Let me blow it up for the people.
So to be clear, if you want to get to Brother Reggie's paper, just type in km.t and then km.t TW. I believe that is. And
yeah,
it'll pop right up.
right. So it's the leading paper on the subject. So
That's right.
now go further down. Go down to where you see you're gonna see keep going down. I'll tell you when to stop. You're gonna see a bunch of all right, okay, wait, almost there. So right there. Right there,
Right
right
here.
there. No, go back up. Go back up. Right, right, start right there. Where go a little further down where you actually see the the large
Okay.
block of glyphs. Right there. Okay, so now let's see what they mean, right? So why don't you read what it says? I have made, start where,
Okay. Of
right.
every house. I made them, the cows of the herd, all move, all more divine than their black herd. I made the breed even purer than it was originally. I enlarged their boundaries to their accustomed places, which others had taken for themselves for fields. Their boundary stones were set up engraved with thy name. There I protected the black herd of Apis from stock bulls, which had strayed from the herds, were made for them decrees for administrating them upon earth.
So
So he's showing the separation. You know what? I'm going to pull up something which is going to double down on this.
Okay, well, before you pull up,
Yeah,
all
let
right.
let Brother Reggie elaborate on this. What's going on here?
Okay, that's a source said directly. A source said directly. So I don't have a problem with a source said. What they did is they're not talking, or they talking about when they're talking about herds, they're using it as a metaphor for people, right? Because when he says, I protected the black herd of Hapis, right, from the stock bulls, right? He go back to the winning statement when he says, I stand before the foremost of the commit to you, uh, um, uh, the foremost of the commit to you, like men. So, no, like Apis. So what he's saying is the foremost. They're designating this group of people. So now go a little further down.
Exactly. Reggie, I feel like I've read this before. Is this from the pyramid or
No,
pyramid
this is
text
No,
or
this is Brother Reggie's paper.
no, this is from the rock
no,
tombs.
no.
The source,
Oh,
the
okay.
source is from the rock tombs of Mir. So let's go
That's yeah,
further
okay.
down.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Go further down. I gotta look at my screen while you're doing it. Stop. Wait, 1 second. Okay, go further down.
Here it is described as great black.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Go down.
Okay.
There's another section.
The loam of the black country and not the country of the black
No.
man.
I'm looking at the page. Go down. Go down.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
at the
down.
conclusion right now. No, this
All right,
That's
is
the
so
one
go
of the
ending.
back.
sources.
Go back further up. I just got to catch it to where it is.
Yeah,
So
slow down. I saw you
go
going
down.
fast.
Yeah, go down. Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. 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 All right. Go up. Okay. Go up. Sorry. Stop. Right. Okay. Go ahead. I'm still talking about the different bulls. Go ahead. So for the comment about talking about the different bulls, I did that.
So keep
Go.
going up.
Yeah, go. Keep going. I am so sorry. I'm gonna have to pull up the paper and tell you where to go to
Yeah,
because
because I know your screen is a little lag, so
right. So well, so let's look at. Uh, okay. Okay. Go up. Go up further. Go up further. Okay. Go up further. Go up further. Go up further. You're gonna see. Go up further. So in this paper, I'm not dealing just with the issue. I'm dealing with syncretism, right? Cattle
cattle
tax.
tax and the king.
No, further up, further up. There's
You
gonna
know
be a
what,
picture
Reggie?
of it.
When I was reading this, right, because I was reading this paper last week, I
Go ahead.
noticed it got like a bunch of pages on here, but it ain't no 100 and something pages. So where the rest of the pages at?
Oh, because it's in a journal. It's just an article.
I'm wondering. I'm like, yo, where the rest of the pages? You know what I'm saying? So I know I ain't crazy.
No,
So
because
how
it's
do
in
I
a
get?
journal.
How
There's
do we
other.
get to the
That's
rest of
like
the
an
pages?
abstract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's not an
you need to get the
abstract.
rest of the journal in order to get the other
Right.
pages. He
It's
just
not.
wrote
Okay,
this
keep going
portion of
up.
it.
Keep going up. Keep going up.
Oh, that's
This,
your portion in the journal.
yeah, it's just my portion in the journal.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I got
He
20.
like, hold up, where the rest of the book at though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I got.
thinking he done wrote a whole 130-page book that we ain't got a hold of yet.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going up. It should be here. Okay, so stop right here. Go down. Go down a little bit further.
Go
Go
back
down. You
down.
see the glibs right there. Okay,
Mhm.
so here's the problem here, right? So this comes out of a text in the Middle Kingdom, right? In the Middle Kingdom. And you see in the beginning it says Wared, and then it says Wared in Kemetiu.
Yes.
The Kem is scratched out. Wared in Kemetiu. Now this version in the Middle Kingdom doesn't have a glyph and it doesn't have the people, right? But what's going on is this person is describing this in the text, this ancient Egyptian person is describing how he was sent to Dendera in a great cattle farm. So in this case, Kemetiu means great cattle farm, right? Um, and the author didn't say, didn't even uh, include what Kemetiu meant, but Miriam Litcham went back and Miriam Litcham examined it and she said it was the great cattle farm, but she didn't say the great black cattle farm. So there's an issue with that. Now go back further up. Go back further up.
So she missed the Kemet part
Yeah, they didn't want to deal with
the TU. She missed the Kemet part.
right. Even though they was dealing with
It was right in her face, I bet.
Right. So go up, go up further, go up further. Here's this bull that I want. Go further than past that. Go. Go. Okay. Okay. Well, you go down. I want to examine this. Right where it says the problem commit to you.
You
Go
just
down.
passed this. So go back.
Okay. So right here, no, go down. Go down. You go down to the coffin text. So there's a coffin text. Now, there's another word called Tenetiu, right? Now, Tenetiu was the cattle herd of, particularly of Hathor, her cattle herd, and she called it Tenetiu. So we know we're talking about sacred cattle. So this was my other case of sacred cattle, right? Your sacred, you see Tenetiu, right there.
Right here.
And then it's
But
our
what
sacred
or
cattle.
no, what test? Tenetiu et.
Right. So so here again, what I'm just trying to say, this comes out of the cult thinking. Cult. All right, go up further. So there was a case of Tenetiu like Kemetiu. So I know it's coming out of the cult practices. Right, go up further. Right there. You see where the bull is?
Yup.
Okay. So blow that up
Mm.
and read the meta natural. Right there. So on the back of the bull's tail, right? Start with
Right here.
it says right.
Horu
Yeah, Haru,
in Ket.
Cat, yes.
Kamit. So it's Kemet in Kemu
And Kemet, no, that's
and Kemet. Oh, there's the T. Yeah, in Kemet.
and then it
And
has wait, well stop. So then it has the cattle, it has the cattle plural, right? Okay. So what does it say?
this is Horus
No,
in.
that's day of.
Oh yeah, this is day. I'm tripping. Heru. That's the other one. And you can see the sun right here. Heru. Naket.
Day of victory
Kamet
of
in
the cow, the bull.
Cowboy. Yup. In Kemet. In the country of Kemet, basically. Or in the
No, this is
in
cattle.
this is the
So
cattle here.
well, you see Kim, M, and then T, and then you see the
The
see
cow
cow
in the
right
back.
here.
The determinative is in the back.
That's what I
So
was saying. I need
all
to
right,
make
so
that.
Praise the
with
black
that,
bull that won by the sacred herd.
right. Okay, so let's do a better translation, but you are absolutely right. Thank you so much. Right? So day of
Day
victory of the black bull for the black herd. Right? So go down and read the translation.
Let's get it. Let me shrink this up.
So hold on. You said day of victory for the black bull of the black herd.
Of the black,
Right.
yeah, of the black cattle.
And he gets
And
that
that's
because this is day. This N is of. Naket is victory. Kemet in Kem.
you
Kemet
missed
of
the
Kemet,
bull.
I should say. Yeah.
You missed the
This is the
cow.
bull Kemet right here.
All right.
That's
So why we just written? Are they talking about bulls? Are they really talking about bulls? Or are they talking about uh, a kind of a metaphor for this isn't a, this period, right? Is in
yeah.
an intermediate period. So they're looking for a king. So now, so the king they're saying is basically is coming from the black, is the black ka, is the bull, right? Of the black cattle. So of this bull born of the black cattle is going to be the king, right?
Spirit of the black bull represents the king.
Right. And so if you go further up on the paper, okay, And here I'm giving you all the cases where people are cattle, right? Said Jetty, but not your human being, O king, and kind, and say Lord, surely is not permitted to do a thing to the noble cattle. So they were going to sacrifice a human being, right? They was going to cut off his head to see if Jetty, the magician, could resurrect him. And then Jetty said, "Oh no, not your human being, because they are the noble cattle," right? Another case uh, is when which I discussed earlier, which I'm gonna get to it, where he says that I'm the Sai Kim Sa Sit Kimin. And the third case is in King Teddy's conversation. So go to where it says the third case.
Scroll down. No, you're going the wrong way. Right
Okay.
there.
Right. So it says, provide for me the cattle of God. So this is where a net in netter. So it says him remet, right? Right, him. So this is getting back to what this whole conversation is about, right? It says him remet awat. So provide for the for the for men, provide for men the cattle of God, right? The cattle of God. So provide for men. Men are the cattle of God. Men are the cattle. In the case of Egyptians, they are the cattle. They're the herd of God. So this is where they're separating themselves out, specific, and then running out of, okay. So then you can go to the top. You can go further up to the top. So I'll give you three cases. I give you three cases where men are, sorry. I give you three cases where men are cattle.
Yeah.
So we know, all right, so now over here, stop, go
back down a little bit.
No, go down, yeah. Go to where the glyph is, right?
There.
So this is where we actually see Kemet the first time.
Wait, excuse me, you said Kim and Kemet the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it says, you can read it from the glyphs if you want, but if not, I have the glyph from the pyramid text. I have the right? Masbi,
Pen, M-Ab, Abwi, Tepef, Shmawi.
C stands Unis, right? Among the two horns, Abwi, right? Okay, so anyway, I don't want to do the meta nature hocus pocus. What I will do is the utterance. See, Unis stands among you, two horns on his head, like two wild bulls. For you are indeed the black ram, son of a black sheep, born of a bright sheep, suckled by four sheep mothers. And so, so you, Unis is the Sai Kim, Sa Sit Kemet. He is the Sai Kim, the black ram, Sa born, Sid Kemet, of the ooze or the black sheep, right? So Sid Kemet is black sheep, right? Or ewus, black ewus, and Sai Kim is black rams. So now my point of all of this is to say that in the beginning of the usage of the word, right, Kim was sacred. How is it sacred in this context? Because Unis is separating himself out as a human being, a king, but he's the sacred black ram born by the sacred black sheep, right?
Hold on, let me interject right here. This is really important because the KM, I don't know where the U is, but he's using the KM as the masculine, right? And then the KMT as the feminine, right? For the sheep and the ram.
Right. So he's the black ram, he's the masculine. And the Sai Kemet is the female.
right?
Yeah,
Son of
that's
the black
deep.
sheep. That's Sioux Sit birthing.
And this is the
Right.
first time that you see Kim and Kemet, and you actually see it within the glyphs, and you see the connection actually between them. So it's not usually we just see Kim and we don't see Kemet, or we see Kemet and we don't see Kim, right? Here, the king is the black ram, and he's born of the black sheep. So he's talking about a certain heredity, right? A sacred he's a bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming. He didn't just come from anybody. He ain't no like straight peasant. He's the black ram born of the black sheep, right? And then go further down. Go further
Hold on,
down.
no. Before you move on, I wanted to ask on that hieroglyph over there to the left. Do they have a determinative of a ram and a sheep? Or what's going on? I mean, how do you do that?
No, this is Old Kingdom. So
Okay,
Old
I just
Kingdom,
was asking. So
Old Kingdom, determinatives come with more words. And
okay,
so go to from the intermediate period into the Middle Kingdom, they're using more words. They're getting smarter. This
okay,
is Old
word.
Kingdom, right? So go further down.
It go to the ram right here, and the bulls and the sheep right
Yeah.
there. Though. Oh, let me go down. Hold on. Let me.
So what I'm just trying to say is that when these people want to argue skin color games, that's not appropriate because you don't understand how the word Kim fits in the context of ancient Egyptian. It's not just black, and I've showed you, I've given you a key paper, right, that shows you that it's just not black, right? I showed you with the bulls, the bulls and cattle. I showed you here with the rams. And so right here, so this is another text. I can't see it on my screen yet, but right there. Okay, so read what it says.
Nechu is
No, not the meta netter. Just
It
read
says,
the
"For
English.
you
okay.
are the black ram, son of the black ewe, that a bright ewe bore the four sheep suckled."
Right. So
Yes.
this is the same passage, right? This is the same passage, but you're going to find it in other pyramid texts. And so when it says this, then it goes to the other text, and then go further down. Go further down. Right. No. On the same, just a few where it says the source of this
That one right
translation.
there.
Right. So now read. So now, right, stay right there. So let me just see it on my screen. I gotta wait for my screen to catch up. I
Okay.
never. All right.
Yeah, your computer tripping today. Don't trip. You might need to run a defrag.
Okay. All righty. So, okay. No,
Gotta
you
wait.
just passed it. Right there. Right there. Stay right there. Let me catch up. Okay. So now this text right here, it survives. Right. It survives in a later period. Right. So this is more of what is it? Hieratic or demotic? I can't see it.
Yeah, what it looked like. Man, I'm just telling you, Reggie, you a cold piece of work. I'm just enjoying this. Like, you know how you slowed this down and just broke this down. This is beautiful.
So this survived in a Persian rule in a much later period. So we're talking
It's
hundreds,
hieratic.
right? Hundreds of years later in another period. So what we're just trying to find in the cultish concept, they're still using this in Persian rules and Book of the Dead, but this is the Book of the Dead. When I showed you the first passage, it was in Winners, which is in the Old Kingdom, right? Um, during the early pyramid builders. So what can we so I said certainly one can make an argument that Kemet has nothing to do with the origins and meanings of the people of ancient Egypt. However, they must disqualify this long tradition of the king or ruler of the civilizations, stating that he was something other than a black ram or bull in the early dynasty, meaning he's the sacred black ram or bull. In other words, it would be impossible to say that Kemet have nothing to do with the people of Egypt in color or in their animal counterpart. New and young linguist thinkers such as Ned and Neb, because I was working with Ned and Neb, not y'all at that time, makes this argument in linguistics. So my point is Kim and Kemet
they can make these arguments all they want, but they can't separate they can't separate Kemet from being a sacred black, being sacred black. They they can't separate from the king's uh, thinking that he was the sacred ram, born of the sacred black sheep. They can't separate that. The ancient Egyptians are venerating this black, right? And so the cattle helps us with that. And so that's all I want to say on my part. I just
Yeah,
want to clarify it until I present. I want to clarify it on your part so you had an idea of some of the things that I want to talk about.
yeah, this is man, like
I
this
think you're right
channel,
on point.
Why? I wrote this for free. I
this
mean,
channel right here is like going to school. You know what I'm saying? Like the other kind of stuff that be going on, it's like for fun and jokes. But when you come over here, this is like a real like classroom setting. I mean, you really learn something if you sit back and you pay attention. You know what I'm saying, and not be so everything
they
objective.
don't have
Like
no
just sit
talking
and listen.
points. Yeah, they're reacting. Their channels are reacting to. I don't agree with Reg. I don't
Right.
agree with Ash. I
You
don't
just
agree
gotta
with.
listen.
I don't agree with Asar. Those they have no thoughts of their own. They never seen it until you, like with the paper with the UNESCO report. They never looked at it.
You could tell.
Don't you
They,
accidentally hit the button and try to go live with one of us saying that stupid stuff, because you'll learn a valuable lesson that day. You understand? So
right.
here,
So you take
Saber
this down
connects
from my.
all
You
this.
can you can take this down. You can take this down.
Yeah.
And continue to talk. But I want to say that what Smash is talking about. Yeah, they use Ramesh for all people, right? But in Kemet it meant something different. It meant the human beings in that country, and everybody else was foreign. There was Amu, there was a cassette, whatever the case, but they weren't chemists. So what they're trying to do, the Egyptologists are trying to fool us to not understand that Chem meant sacred black, and it was connected to their cult practices, right, and their identity. They want to make us think, they can't be saying that they're black because there are other black people that they're not talking about, right? Or there are other brown people. No, you can't get me with that because in a half an hour, 45 minutes, I will bust your ass with adaptations, right? To show you that it is the sacred black, right? And I'm way more prepared than people think I am. I'm way more prepared because I look for these adaptations and I think about it. Like I have an adaptation of Patakim, right? Not Ptah the god, but a man calling himself Patakim, right? So in addition to some of the other adaptations that we have of Kem, um, um, this this particular Patakim is important because before that, the only Kim outside of Winnis and them that we actually had was Sabi Kim. So in the same period of the Sixth Dynasty, I have Patakim. So now that gives us, now people are starting to name themselves Kim, Sabi Kim and Patakim, right? And then we come to this, we come to the period where Kim is a god, right? Where Kim is a god, and then we have this period where in the intermediate period where Africans are killing each other, waiting for a righteous king, the black.
Wait. You talk about the first intermediate period?
Yes,
Okay.
the first. So the first intermediate period, this period, Africans are killing each other internally, looking for a king. Hence, the whole thing today is the victory of the black bull that comes from the black, uh,
So
black
this is
cow.
going on in exactly the Sixth Dynasty, is what you're saying?
No, after the sixth,
Or before or after?
after the Sixth Dynasty, when Pepi dies, when Pepi dies, everything goes bananas. He outlives all his, watch this. He outlives all of his sons, all of his princes. The damn old ass Pepi, he lives. So there's no heir. So then we have these big fights on who's going to be the king. So then we have ultimately Keti's people, that's the Inin Nasu people. We have the Thebians, that's the Thebians or the people of like Mentuhotep and them, right? And then we have the Tethys, right? It whittles down to those three groups of people. So ultimately, Mentuhotep wins out over Tefi and went out over Keti's heir, Merikari, whoever Merikari's heir was, wins out over that, and Mentuhotep now reunites the whole kingdom. So now we have a black bull born of the black sheep, right? Today is the victory. So that was kind of like a forecast that we need a righteous king.
So once he does this, what does that start? The seventh dynasty?
No. No.
But once he unifies, the dynasty starts again, right?
Right. So you have the Old Kingdom, you have the intermediate period that finish when Mentuhotep beats out Keti's heir, the Nina Nasus, and the and Tefi, and he unites the land. So that's the 11th dynasty going to the 12th dynasty.
So there ain't no eighth. So it ain't. So you saying? Are you saying it ain't no seventh and eighth dynasty because it's intermediate?
No, yeah, it's intermediate period is just a break in between.
So there ain't no seventh and eighth. So after six, after Pepi dies, then it's just intermediate until what, the 11th?
Right. There are sections of kings, of groups of people. It becomes problematic because there are no marks.
Right.
There are no marks. And so there's a lot of fighting, and Africans are killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, in this whole period, you might have like 50 kings that died, or
right.
people.
So no, I'm just trying to pick up. So after the sixth, after Pepi dies, it's an intermediate period. Then they pick back up in the 11th.
They pick back up in the 12th dynasty with Mentuhotep.
Okay.
With the Higakasu. Now, let's address one thing my brother said. 12 is pointing out. You were saying in the chat, so we can get some questions, some of the things you were saying. No sheep appeared in the old period, but when I pulled up the text from Unis, I showed both of the cattle. So that would be wrong because Unis is about the 4th to 6th dynasty. That's still Old Kingdom. The second part, he was saying something about bright and you in the text for the sheep. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I seen
the bright sheep, it says, he says, yeah. I think the
what is this? Shimsu Patah said Reggie on break slid some Kemet slap in.
Hold on. Here come Eddie.
Eddie the Kang is in the building.
Nah, I was saying when there's a break after Reggie finished speaking, let's put on some if Smash was awake or if he was up, he could slide in and throw a little hardcore in or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, gentlemen? They just started the Jabari show.
Okay. Really? Oh, 5:30? I thought it was 6.
I think he just did it now.
Okay.
14 minutes ago, it says. If that means anything.
Well, anyway, so what I would say is, okay, so the bright sheep are not light-skinned women. How can I say the bright sheep are kind of like holy or ancestral. So I would put it like that. The bright sheep. Remember, bright is not light. It's not white. It's silver. So they're talking about kind of like the ancestral or the more venerated sheep, right? I think I think that they're, so I don't think that they're talking about light-skinned women or anything like that.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you, Saber, because I got the text where he says the bull ejaculates on behalf of the beautiful women.
Right,
So I
but they're
don't,
not, but they're not light.
no, not because they light skin, but I
Right.
don't know, because they bright like stars. I don't know, they hot.
They're like stars. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that, you're not disagreeing with me, Saber.
No, not at all.
Right? It sounded like, but you're not disagreeing because bright is much more kind of illuminated, shining, right? More ancestral. The Kemet stuff is on Earth. It's not. It's the Kemet is what's happening on Earth. So they're born. So the whole point of it is they're establishing that the leadership should come from. The leadership should come from indigenous Africans in Kemet, right? Who are the black sheep,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it should come. And so the beautiful thing about it is that they are dealing with the matriotic line, the matrilineal line. They're dealing with the matrilineal line. You can't be just a straight bull. You got to be like when I read the straight mate when we read the stuff about the straight bulls. You just can't be a stock bull, nigga, right? Nigga with a K. You got to come from you got to come from the bloodline connected to this culture. You can't be no outsider. So the whole thing about this is they're separating themselves from foreignness, right? I'm gonna stop and let y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to close it down since they're getting it cracking over there. Cause I'm hissing and still ain't. I'm just my head's still hurting. So I'm gonna just shut this down so I can really relax, and then I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks for making it another good show. Let's go watch what they got to say and beat up Chief X if he think he talking. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.
It's gonna be entertainment. Peace.
Word up. Peace. Peace. Peace.